What's up, duelists? What's up, duelists? Your boy is back. RBET Paris top 16. We're about to get underway shortly. We're just completing deck checks right now, and I will get the bracket up for you guys shortly as well. Give me a minute. I have 80 gajalvin windows. There we go. There's top 16, baby. Here we fucking go. Let's go. I gotta share we were live, and then we'll be good to go. It's fucking happening already, bro. It's happening already. 8 people watching. I better see 8 likes at least on this stream. Let me know you appreciate this RBET coverage that we are coming at you with from all the way across the other side of the world, bro. This is actually insane, by the way. Welcome back. RBET Paris top 16. We have the players ready to go. We have the French stream set up on Le Baron Synchronique, which apparently is how you say it in French, Le Baron Synchronique. Check him out on Twitch. He is covering this tournament in French, and we are covering it in English. And top 16 is about to get underway. We also have a top 16 breakdown for you guys. You guys ready to see the top 16 breakdown? Give me 1 second. Boom, there it is. 5 Blackwing, 2 Value Turbo, 1 Quick Draw Machina, 2 Frog OTK, 2 Gladiator Beasts, 1 Hero Frog, 1 Twilight, 1 Lightshorn, and 1 Ancient Gear. It's actually a really interesting tournament for Ancient Gear because Ancient Gear has performed really well at the last like 3 RBETs. So, that's actually pretty crazy. And then Quick Draw Machina is obviously a fan favorite deck. I love Quick Draw. I'm a big fan of Quick Draw. And what else? What else we got? Obviously, you know, Light Swarm was my prediction to win this event. Twilight was my prediction to win this event. There's 1 Twilight player in top cut. There's 5 Blackwing players. A lot of Blackwing players. 9 different decks in top 16, so very diverse, like Edison format is. And of course, you've got a couple of frogs as well. Less frogs, less value turbo than you might expect, but definitely the amount of Blackwings that you should expect, in my opinion at least. I feel like Blackwings is like, it's a good deck. That's a good deck. Value Turbo and Frog Hero and Frog OJK, you can. But Blackwings, that's a crazy deck. That's why there's 5 in top 16. But yeah, Blackwings is good. We got a lot of crazy decks. Gladiator Beasts probably a response to the rising amount of Frog OTK, Twilight, and Gigabytes. Those 3 decks like really demand a Gladiator Beast level of response, so that's probably why there's 2 Gladiator Beasts in top cut. Also, Gladiator Beast is just like a solid deck, you know, it's a solid aggro deck. And then of course, you know, you've got some really accomplished players in top 16. You've got the what is a word? You got yugioh on Lightsworn. You've got our undefeated in Swiss, who I believe was Lucas. Was he undefeated in Swiss? Yeah, he was. 9-0 in Swiss. Lucas Bosch. Let me show you guys this real quick. Let me cut away to this. You guys see that? Okay, so these are top 16 standings. Lucas Bosch, Oliver Harris, yugioh, Max, Jeremy, Zane, Ben, Pedro, Sebastian, Torg. And then, of course, a bunch of names that I can't pronounce. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, was this the top 16? I don't think this is the top 16. Hold up. This is not the top 16, is it? This was the standings prior to the... Not the top 16. Where's the top 16? Topdeck.gg. Give me RBET Paris. Where's the top 16, baby? Where's top 16? Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Where is this shit? RBET Paris. Top deck. What the fuck is going on? RBET Paris. What do you mean? Do I gotta find my event? Do I gotta go to my events? Do this? What's happening right now? These are the events that are upcoming. How do I find the... Bruh. I'm so bad with technology. Give me a minute, chat. Give me a minute, chat. Still can't believe the heavy storm play? Yeah, me neither. Alright, give me 1 second. We're gonna get this set up, but the boys over on Le Baron Synchronique are streaming in French. So that's what we're looking at here real quick. They're gonna have us tab over to the whatever. I don't know what they're watching behind them though. Hey, you guys have what is on the screen behind you? That's Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds? What are you? You're gonna get there it is. There it is. It's back on. It's back on. Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds. All right. That's nice. That's nice. That's fire. All right, cool. They got the Yu-Gi-Oh on in the background. Let's go. Julian says you have Las Vegas, Texas as a location. Las Vegas is in Nevada. What? What is going on? Are we? What's up? We're gonna go? All right, let's do it. Let's get it going. Top 16, baby. All right, I'll get the bracket for you guys eventually. Give me one fucking second. I gotta get pulled up. I need a link for the bracket. Where the fuck is that shit, bro? Oh, not Discord. Bro, where the fuck is all my windows and shit, bro? I don't even actually know. I don't even actually know what's going on right now. Top 16? Is it not published? Is the top 16 not published? Did we not publish it? Round manager? Top 16? We didn't publish top 16? What are we doing? What the fuck is going on? Of course. Of course. Alright, well, let me just take a quick screenshot of the bracket so you guys can see it. Alright, we'll get this pulled up. 1 second, chat. One second. We got game one. Alright. We're getting into it. It's Carlo versus Oliver. We'll get you guys the bracket up in just a second. Obviously, you guys are excited to see what's in top 16, what's popping, what's going on. They're playing on this gorgeous mat. We got Allure of Darkness starting things off for Carlo. This is going to be Black Wings versus Black Wings, I believe. So, we did promise Carlo that he would get the feature match. Unfortunately, he's not playing against one of the more hyped decks, but we do have a little bit of glare. We're going to see if we can get production to fix that, but that's a sure whirlwind. Going first for Carlo, that's exactly what you want to see in the Blackwing mirror match. Black Whirlwind is the best of the best card. I mean, he said it's not the end of the world. You have Icarus attacks. You have a lot of ways to answer it, but we're going to attempt to fix this glare issue because this is bad. This is a bad glare issue. I'm going to just shoot a message to production really quick, and we'll see if we can get that fixed for you guys. We had to move locations for this stream, so there's going to be a bit more glare for the moment, but I'm going to message the production really quick. Okay, I messaged them. I know the chat is about to talk about the glare, but don't worry, we'll get it sorted. I messaged production about it. Hopefully we'll get it sorted out. So yeah, sure whirlwind is gonna be another, I believe, bottomless trap hole taking care of that. Sirocco, 2 back row. Now Carlo has some decisions, you know, does he want to play into Torrential Tribute? Does he want to keep trying to get these Black Whirlwind pluses off? He's going to ask how many cards are in hand. Like, this isn't the second turn of the game. Of course, it's 3 cards in hand. You think you lost to Carlo in the semifinal of the second day in Vienna? Yeah, he's a sweetie. I love Carlo. Oliver's also great. So we got UK versus Italy here. This is a cool thing about the European RBTs. You get so many different nations, so many different cultures coming to clash together in a heads-up battle. And, like, there's a lot of nationalism. There's a lot of pride on the line for these. Like, you know, you're not just dueling for yourself. You're dueling for your country. So that's... And there's a Black Whirlwind from Oliver. So here comes Sirocco. Second Sirocco in the mirror match. That's, like, one of your best cards that you can draw next to Black Whirlwind, of course. And, yeah, this feels pretty good, but there's an Icarus attack. Let's see if this Icarus attack is stopped by something like My Body as a Shield, something like Trap Stun, but unfortunately, it just doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And those are 2 incredibly powerful cards that are going to fall to that Icarus attack. That is, if you're Oliver, you have to be pretty frustrated that this is the case, because now you've spent 2 of your bombs, your Siroccos, and, of course, one of your most powerful ways to maintain card advantage in this very grindy, mirror match, Black Whirlwind, has fallen. So he has an opportunity to steal the initiative here with something like a bottomless trap hole. Could potentially be the case, but if his back row is stuff like Deep Prison, his own Icarus attack, obviously I think he would have used his own Icarus attack on the Black Whirlwind, but maybe not. You know, you never know. And here's summon Kalut, and this is actually insanely good because Kalut gets under bottomless trap hole. We're gonna see if we can try and fix this glare issue on the stream for you guys, but that is a Kalut the Moon Shadow. We're gonna try to get this fixed after game 1, but I'll do my best to narrate for you guys. So, you know, if you have a complaint about the glare, then just let me know. But yeah, it's gonna be Kalut the Moon Shadow connecting, and this is gonna be first damage here for Carlo. The power here is that Kalut is going to get him that search in under something like bottomless trap hole. This is excellent use of his resources here from Carlo. I really love the way he uses Kalut to +1 and find another monster while also simultaneously applying pressure, representing Icarus attack. And then here comes that Legacy of Yatagarasu. A little bit slower here in this mirror match. A little bit of I would say, you know, a tempo deficit you take playing those cards in the mirror match. But obviously, if they're forced to Icarus attack blind in the back row, you know, this situation is tough because Oliver took 18, right? Yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad. I was looking at the wrong life total. My bad. But yes, Oliver should be down to 4,800. So pretty significant life deficit here for him in the mirror match. I actually think this is like a really difficult mirror match to play correctly. Obviously, you have some swingy cards, right? You have Black Whirlwind, you have Dad, you have Brain, right? Like, those are your big swing cards. But it's very important when you are in the beginning of the game, like the first turn of the game, that you card map effectively. So here's going to be normal summon Blizzard, Chainlink 1 Blizzard, Chainlink 2 Black Whirlwind. Black Whirlwind is going to search for Vayu, Emblem of Honor, and the Blizzard is going to special summon back Shura, the Blue Flame. So right now there's a defense position, Shura the Blue Flame, and attack position Blizzard, the far north, in play. Like I said, we're going to try and adjust this glare, adjust for this glare issue after the first game here. So we'll get that sort of sorted out for you guys. The players are going to have an additional 5 minutes on the timer for top 16 today. We have a little bit of extra time to give, so we decided to give it to the players. It's going to be 50-minute rounds, end of phase for top 16. So that way the players can, you know, really make sure they're playing a tight game and none of these games are ending in time. What's up, Cold Madness? How you doing? We post in all the Discord servers. You know how it goes, but that is tough. Anyway, just a little bit of checking the graveyard. Now, Oliver has been able to maintain card parity roughly. He's lost a lot of cards to that Black Whirlwind plussing, but he still does have a decent amount of cards here. The downside, I think, of his circumstances is that he just doesn't have the position and he doesn't have the life. So once these cards trade down, it's going to be tit for tat, and then Carlo's going to be ahead because he has the life advantage and he can sort of dictate the pace of play for the rest of the game. That's kind of been the issue since turn 1, since the Black Whirlwind Shura, and that went kind of unanswered for Oliver. I wonder if Oliver is going to be siding out some number of these Legacy of Yatagarasu for more actionable threats or actionable cards like Dust Tornado to help deal with the Black Whirlwind in the mirror match, or Icarus attack in the mirror match. And I'm wondering if the same is going to be true for Carlo. I mean, game 2 is going to be going second, obviously, yeah. The 8-man pod playmats, we have a Kalut and Sirocco mat, and we have a Rescue Cat and Gautam's mat for 8-man pods. You can find them on Discord or social media, Lair Tactical, if you want to look at Twitter, at E3TCG on Twitter, or if you want to join the Discord in the description below. There's been several photos posted of the mats thus far for this event. Here comes a synchro play. This is going to make a synchro, which I unfortunately did not get a chance to see. I think it's Blackwing Armed Wing. I could be wrong, though. I'd assume that Blackwing Armed Wing is going to be the card that's made here because of Vayu was searched, and you want to get that follow-up going. So here's going to be a bottomless trap hole on whatever was synchro summoned. Bryonic? He priority bounced 2 cards. Oh, it was Bryonic. Bryonic priority bounced 2 cards. Okay. I missed that. Sorry. I have the chat pulled up, so it's blocking the grave and stuff. Here comes a Vayu activation. That's going to bring out the Armed Wing. And then it's pretty smart of him to bounce his own Black Whirlwind to preserve it in hand for something like a Heavy Storm. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So now it's the Armed Wing. Yes, of course. Sorry, I missed that, guys. I missed that. I was talking to chat. But yes, Armed Wing is in play. Once again, this glare is a little bit inconveniencing. We are going to get it fixed after game 1. we're going to attempt to get it fixed after game 1 because this is a kind of debilitating issue to commentate on. So, but yeah, we will get it fixed after game 1. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so here comes the armed wing attack, dropping Oliver down to 2,500. Oliver's back is up against the wall now. He's dead to this armed wing plus a Kalut, so every direct attack from this point on with Kalut the Moon Shadow is threatening lethal. Oliver's going to draw for turn. He's going to consider his options. He's going to ask to see the graveyard here, see if there's anything maybe unfamiliar. And he's also going to check and see what back row are missing so that potentially... I lost my train of thought. I lost it. You'll notice that there is someone on the camera there communicating with them that we are going to be moving after game 1 to adjust for the glare. And we've just communicated that with the players, with the table judge. So now we're good to go. We'll make sure that that's fixed for you guys for game 2. So the cool thing about this is we actually have this set up, but we also are streaming it to the other rooms in the venue, which is really cool. So there's a bunch of big screens in the venues that you can watch the top 16 on, which is really sick. So shout out to production for making that happen. What decks made top 16? Let me give you a full top 16 breakdown while we are watching this game kind of come to a halt here from Oliver. Oliver's like checking the grave multiple times here. He's asking about what happened. He's asking about known information, possibly the bounced black whirlwinds. Who knows, you know? 1 second. Where are we going? Okay. So this is going to be brain control. This is going to drop Oliver down to 1,700. This is a pretty crucial turn here. I mean, here comes Ashura. If this works... Oh my god, what a torrential. 3-for-1 torrential. It's just going to be a pass. And there's going to be Gale attack for 1,300. Oliver does survive here at 400, but I have to imagine that torrential was... Oh my god, the patience on that torrential as well. And the heads up from Carlo to know that those two monsters on their own didn't really threaten much. He needed a third monster there to really threaten him, and to wait for that third monster to go for that torrential was an incredibly good play there from Carlo. Incredibly patient, very, very heads-up wait to recognize that threat. A lot of people would have been happy to go ahead and torrential, and there's going to be bottomless on the Sirocco, and we're going to be going to game 2. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this glare fixed. We're going to give the players an appropriate extension, and then once that's fixed, we'll get you guys back with game 2. So right now we got game 1. Game 1 has gone to, let me correct this real quick. Not correct this, but alter this. So we're going to go Carlo up. So Carlo is currently up in the match. And of course, we got to get you guys the top 16 breakdown. So let me get you guys the top 16 breakdown. It's right here. We got 5 Blackwings, 2 Vayu Turbo, 1 Machina Quick Draw, 2 Froggo TK, 2 Gladiator Beasts, 1 Hero Frog, 1 Twilight, 1 Lightsworn, and 1 Ancient Gear. It's actually the third event in a row, third RBET in a row where Ancient Gear has put up a pretty good performance. And so I expect to see that deck like start to maybe enter the metagame a lot more. I think that deck is definitely underrated, and every time there's like a few people who play it and it has great results. So obviously we saw it in San Jose, RBET at Genesis, where Pizza was able to take it to a top cut finish, and then we saw it have a near top cut finish, like a barely missed top cut bubble finish at RBET Vienna as well. So 3 events in a row, the deck is putting up numbers, the list feels really strong. I'm excited to see what Ancient Gear does in the future of Edison format, and also in the future of today as well. And then, of course, Twilight and Lightsworn, those were my pick to win the event. We have very powerful duelists on both Twilight and Lightsworn. And, of course, you guys may know Yugioh. You guys may be unfamiliar with the duelist by the name of... Give me 1 second. I'm going to get this bracket pulled up for you guys. Blah, 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 blah. I'm familiar with the duelist by the name of... Boom. Naya. I'm gonna say Naya. I could be totally wrong on that, but she is incredibly strong. She's playing Twilight today, and so yeah, that's gonna be our Light Sworn representation. They're incredibly strong duelists. So yeah, and then Lucas was our undefeated in Swiss, I believe, the first seed on Black Wings. Chikidu says, would rather watch Frog, OTK, and Gear over Bird Mirrors. I also think that the matchup that we were watching in top 16 is not the most ideal, but of course, you know, there are 3 more matches, and we did promise to Carlo that he would be featured on stream. So, you know, we got to take precedent to the players that are, you know, we've made promises to. So, we'll make sure the community eats good with the rest of the future matches. And I do think that Blackwing mirror matches are incredibly skill intensive in a way that I think not a lot of people appreciate. Like, if we look back at that match, the match was actually very back and forth. There were a lot of opportunities for Carlo to lose control of the game, and Oliver never really postured in a way, and maybe he didn't have the cards to do so, but he never really postured in a way that he could have had the cards to do so. It's like the way he utilized his Legacy of Yatagrasu, the way he utilized his Sirocco Whirlwind, the way he utilized like a lot of his cards there. He didn't really find his opportunity to strike or land something through that that bottomless trap hole or that Icarus attack. There wasn't really a point for him to maybe like sort of like parry the aggressive nature of things happening there. He did have his own bottomless trap hole, but Carlo was able to play around that effectively by summoning the Clute and triggering the Whirlwind and finding the Blizzard. And then there were a lot of opportunities there where I think maybe had Oliver leveraged his cards a little bit differently, he may have been able to take control of the game at some point. Maybe it was incorrect to run out the Sirocco and the Whirlwind into the Icarus attack. There's a lot of potential there. Maybe it was incorrect to do this, incorrect to do that, incorrect to do whatever. Who knows? We don't really know exactly the circumstances. I don't really know Oliver's hand. I'll have to go back and review the footage on that match, but there were a lot of opportunities. He could have maybe postured, like set more back row as bluffs, or maybe commit his monsters in different ways. Like if he had battle traps or bottomless trap holes or ways to maybe trigger that Icarus attack, he could have maybe set his monsters to like play around bottomless trap hole and then get his own Icarus live, which is something that I see a lot of top Blackwing players doing. There's a lot of opportunities there for that game to, for the control of that game to shift back into Oliver's favor. That maybe he could have incentive, like if he had a weaker hand, you know, if he had a hand that couldn't take control, maybe he needs to at that point understand the situation or address the situation and be like, okay, I don't have the cards that I need to be able to retake control. Maybe I need to bluff in a certain way that can not force, but like trick the opponent into playing a certain way that's like wrong, and then maybe through a misplay he can claw his way back in, or an information-based like sort of misread that he can telegraph to his opponent, perhaps even. Like maybe it's correct for him to not set the bottomless trap hole early. Maybe it's correct for him to not set anything early and bluff Gores, just to buy himself some more time to find the cards he needs to be able to take down that Whirlwind. There's a lot of things you can do again in this Blackwing mirror match where you can basically, like, how do you say this? You can tell your opponent what you have, but you sometimes tell them what you have and you don't have it, and that way you can sort of incentivize them to, not incentivize them, but like encourage them, like really give them that incentive to play in a way that may end up benefiting you a lot more. Like and like I'm not even joking, like something as little as doing nothing, like running your guy into a bottomless, okay, set nothing, like that could really, really trick the opponent up. Or just set one Legacy of Yatagrasu, you know what I mean? Like just set that, and then like maybe draw phase, fire the Legacy or something. Like do something weird, you know, do something weird, throw your opponent off. And I think that that's something that Oliver didn't really do that game. He just kind of played his cards the way they were meant to be played, and as a result, the initiative was in Carlo's court, and he was able to just dictate the pace of the game from start to finish. So yeah, again, like when you're in a situation where you're behind, you have to look for those opportunities, and I think that that's like gonna be something that he may be looking for in Game 2 and Game 3. Of course, first match of the morning, everybody's waking up, but there's levels to this shit. And there's always something to learn from watching Blackwing mirror matches. That's why I really like this matchup. The largest amount of decision trees happen at the beginning of the game when you have the most cards to work with. So like When you're playing Black Wings, something that happens in the mirror match quite frequently is like some Icarus attacks get exchanged, and you will be trading down into like low card advantage situations. Like one player will have 2 cards, one player will have 3 cards, that sort of thing, and you're kind of like trading hits back and forth. But when you have the most decisions, when you can make the most opportunities for your play to matter, is going to be at the beginning of the game when you have the most cards. Or if you can bluff gores, maybe buy a few extra turns, build up some resources, then it can give you the opportunity to maybe retake control of the game and use your life total as a resource that way. What is the top 16 breakdown? Let me get you that really quick. We've got 5 Black Wings, we've got 2 Vayu Turbo, 1 Quick Draw Machina, 2 Frog OTK, 1 Gladiator Beast, or 2 Gladiator Beasts, 1 Hero Frog, 1 Twilight, 1 Lightsworn, and 1 Ancient Gear. Machina Quick Draw, obviously, really cool deck. It's had some great tournament performances throughout the years. It was undefeated RBET LA in Swiss. It was obviously top cut at RBET Denver. And then here it is today, showing its face. And I do think that the Quick Draw like Machina deck has levels to the Raikou Machina deck, which we did see on stream yesterday. But I think the Quick Draw Machina deck has the heightened ceiling of power. You have the Debris Dragon, which can help you get out of really tight situations. You have Quick Draw plus Dandelion, which can set up for you. And of course, you have the Machina Fortress, which helps you play through Black Wings, which is one of the hardest matchups, and Machina Gearframe as well, which helps you play through Deck Devastation Virus. So those cards can help you in matchups against like Vayu Turbo, Black Wings, that sort of thing, which can typically, historically, be pretty tough matchups for Quick Draw. You kind of shore up the weaknesses of both. And of course, Quick Draw Synchron is a machine, so you can use it to special summon Machina Fortress. There's some like inherent synergy there as well. Stuff like Machina Gearframe being looped with Drill Warrior to give you free discards every single turn is amazing as well. So you can do a lot of really cool stuff with that sort of core. And he is, I believe, also playing the hero package in his deck. So a very interesting deck list. I'm excited to see if he makes it out of top 16. We are currently adjusting the feature match to fix the glare issues, but we'll be back with game 2 as soon as that's fixed, of course. But yes, yeah, how's everyone doing this morning? Just checking in with everyone. Did you guys enjoy the stream yesterday? Press 1 if you enjoyed the stream yesterday. Let me know. Sound off. I do think that there was a lot of really interesting gameplay yesterday. We saw a lot of different decks, and just like this top cut, there's 9 different decks in top 16, that's pretty impressive. I mean, for people always like to say like this stat about Edison format, but if we're being like objective about it, or if we're like looking at it, like you can win with a lot of different decks in Edison format, and every top 16 is kind of just like the case of that, you know. RBT Italy when? Hopefully soon. I was speaking with some Italian people both yesterday and today who were in town from Italy, and we've been trying to put something together. Again, we had some open negotiations for working on something in Rome, but that sort of fell through, and so we're working on some other things here and there, and hopefully we can get something going in that area at some point. But again, these events take months. They take months to set up. Like, I'm not even joking. All right, anyway, on to the game where we got Black Whirlwind from Oliver going first. He's got Bora the Spear. He's got a back row, and we are into game 2. Hopefully the glare issues are corrected, and we will be able to see the board very accurately. I know that can be an issue for visibility, so thank you guys for your patience as well. Do you think the European meta is still more diverse than NA, as you said before? I think the European meta heavily... I don't know. I think in Berlin specifically was very... Oh my god, he has Dust Shoot too. That's very gross. We got Mirror Force, we got Kalut, we got Dust Tornado, we got Icarus Attack, and we got Heavy Storm. So there's only one monster. And, oh, that's a Dark Illusion, actually. That is a Dark Illusion. Mirror Force, Dark Illusion, Dust Tornado. So a couple of sideboard cards here. Dust Tornado and Dark Illusion. Sometimes people main deck Dust Tornado. It's not always a sideboard card, but Dark Illusion is definitely a tech card. He's like, what the fuck does that do? That's what he's asking. Can I read this shit? And he's like, yeah, but it's in Italian. So now he's asking for a translation. I already know how this is going down. But yeah, Dark Illusion. We'll get you guys the deck tech on that. Dark Illusion negates and destroys a card that targets a dark monster on the field. So that can be something like Sirocco targeting a Blackwing monster. That can be something like Icarus Attack targeting a Blackwing monster. Or it can be something like Brain Control targeting a Blackwing monster, or Bryonic or Dad, or whatever. There's a lot of things, a lot of applications for that card, especially in this mirror match where there's a lot of targeting effects. Stuff like D-Prison, for example. Stuff like potentially even Compulsory Evacuation Device, although usually that would be sided out in the sideboard, into the sideboard if it was main decked. When is RBET getting the pristine protection love? I have not spoken with them directly, I believe, since early on, but I do believe that they had made an offer that, if I remember correctly, didn't quite work for me. So I'd be totally open to further negotiations regarding it. Obviously, RBET has been unsponsored by sleeves since its inception, and I do think that if you guys have contacts at a sleeve company, of course, it would be a product that I myself would have to use. I would not feel comfortable, obviously taking on a sponsor for a company that I didn't think was up to the quality that you guys, the viewers, deserve. So that's a big part of it, and also a big part of it is that it does need to be, a lot of people watch the RBT. It's the premier Edison format tournament, if we're being real, and if you guys watch it, I want to make sure you guys are being advertised things that are, good. I don't know how to say it. Like, it's important. It's important to me that that what sponsors this is the top of the top. It's the best. Since this is the top of the top in its field, I want to make sure that you guys also get the top of the top sponsors in its field. So, but yeah, here comes the first attack, first blood, and this double back row here from Carlo is representing some things. Here's a second whirlwind. This is going to play through just about everything, just because Oliver knows about it. This is going to force the dust tornado on one of those whirlwinds, but Oliver's in a dominant position here. Not having monsters is one of the ways that this can go. One of the ways that this can go south really, really fast. Trap Dust Shoot is an interesting one to leave in for Oliver because it is great in this early game state, but once you get into the top decking game state, it's actually quite bad in the mirror match. So like past the first turn, it's pretty bad. It's possible Oliver leaves it in going first and then sides it out going second. That could totally be realistic, but Ollie has a dominant advantage here. I don't know what string of top decks Carlo could find that would get him out of this situation. I obviously encourage everyone to play the games out to their completion, but this is like an S++ tier start for Black Wings, and Carlo's going to be playing at a significant disadvantage due to a couple of power cards being thrown his way. I mean, 3 power cards, 3 insanely high tier power cards being thrown his way. Because he does know about that Mirror Force, one thing that is nice is that Carlo does have a little bit of time. He's not under immediate life pressure, but that card advantage is building with every Whirlwind activation. And so every Whirlwind activation can contribute to sort of a snowballing effect. And as long as he doesn't have summon stops, there's not really much he can do about his this Whirlwind here that is going off. Who's at the top of the Italian rankings? I don't know, but we have some very powerful Italian duelists in our top 16 here today. And as you guys know, Italy is like a very, very competitive region for Edison format. One of the most competitive regions, I'd say, on par with places like, of course, Germany and France, but definitely potentially even higher. And just because of the amount of players and the sheer amount of big events that happen in the region. End phase hits the Starlight Road and the Dark Illusion, so that Starlight Road is not going to be one of the critical reversal cards necessary for Carlo here, but that is one Icarus attack he's not going to have to worry about when he does try to come back with potentially like a Sirocco or something along those lines. Did Salvosworn top? No, but there are 2 Lightsworn decks in top cut. Who are the Italians playing in top cut? As far as I know, Ugo is Italian, Carlo is Italian, and I think there may be 1 or 2 other Italian players in the top cut as well. I'm not super familiar with everyone's name to region quite yet, but the ones that I can confirm for you right now are Ugo and Carlo. And you can take a look at the bracket here and figure it out for yourself. All right, cool. Back to the match. So, Mirror Force is going to get traded there. Just trying to keep the life total high. Yu-Gi-Oh! Hood says that mat is beautiful. Any way to buy it? No. You have to win it at this RBET. That is the only way to get this mat. You can maybe buy it from one of the players who won it. But that's it. That's the only way. It will not be sold. It will not be distributed ever again. This is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win this mat. And that's a guarantee for all RBETs, of course. We don't remake the mats. They're for that event only. So if there's one you like, got to come to the event or find someone who was at the event. Oh, yeah, Seb. Seb, of course, is in top. Yes, of course. How could I forget about Seb? Yeah. Oh, my bad, guys. My bad. Yeah, Seb is in top cut as well. You make mats too good? I'm sorry. I apologize. But yes. All right. Blizzard plus Whirlwinds, targeting the Bora, I believe. It's going to search the value. Tomorrow one's going to be Chain Link 2 here. This game is slipping out of Carlos's favor. Carlo's favor. My bad. My apologies. The timer does seem to be ticking down here, but they do have a time extension from that glare fix. So although the timer on screen says 21:35, the timer is actually significantly higher because we did have to move them to fix the glare. Understandable. The design is insanely good. We want to make sure that the players get something incredibly special from the event that is, unique to them. So that's the goal here, at least. And also unique to this event, this fabric, it not only contains the design that is pretty cool, but it contains now the story of this event and the story of these players who made Top Cut and the memory of all these people coming together and making friends, experiencing this event together with each other. I think that having unique things, it helps build a story and build memories in a way that I think we don't focus on enough. I think what we create and what we put out there into the world, whether it's tournaments, whether it's a stream, whether it's a mat, whether it's something as little as a deck box or whatever. These things they can have the potential to carry a memory, and I think that's really important to emboss onto these things. We have a question here. Any RBETs planned for the rest of the year? We have a couple that are in the works, but nothing I can announce as of right now. Of course, the second that we have things secured, the second we have things lined up, I do make the announcement. And if you guys want to be on the forefront of that, make sure you're in the Discord server and subscribe to this channel right now. And also like the stream while you're down there as well. So here comes Sirocco and a pass. I do have to give a few shout-outs regarding the art. I want to give a shout-out to Fomaz, who was an inspiring force behind this artwork, and I want to give a shout-out to the final designer, Midnight Dreams, who took my sketch and brought it to life. So shout-out to Midnight Dreams and Fomaz for their work on this beautiful piece here. Credit where credit is due, of course. Is War 1 more broken than BrainCon and Future Fusion? That's a discussion for another day. It all depends. How many participants in this event? 320 players in this event. Will you host it in Rome? I will do my best. That is the answer to that. I will do my best, and if it is possible, I would absolutely host one of these in Rome. If it is possible, I will do it. It's a matter of logistics, not a matter of my personal choice at this point. Because my personal choice for that is always going to be yes. Here comes Kalut to get over that Goyo Guardian. And the Sirocco plus the Kalut is actually a pretty good stabilizing force here. It's just not ideal. Here comes another back row. The nice thing about this, though, for Carlo is that he has the initiative. So that Kalut being spent on Oliver's turn actually bought him an open battle phase, which is fantastic. Here comes Sirocco attack into a dimensional prison, and that's going to be Icarus attack. And this is actually a pretty big swing here for Carlo. I mean, he is going to run into a Legacy of Yatagarasu, but he is going to get the Black Whirlwind out of play, and he is going to trade with that Deep Prison 1-for-1. So honestly, that Sirocco, that Kalut, the way all of those cards traded down, he traded 3 for 3, and he stabilized the position somewhat. But again, the initiative is now back into Oliver's favor thanks to that Dimensional Prison. So he is going to be able to attack here for 2,500, and there's going to be a Kalut for lethal. So very, very difficult game there for Carlo. Mirror Force was gone, and Oliver had that information. Carlo had some opportunities to fight back into that game, but it just felt a little too late. He had taken a little bit too much damage there, and of course, that's going to be a tough one for him. We're gonna move into Game 3 here shortly, but I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. These events, they really do take a lot of work. This event took us, I'm not even joking, months of planning, months of negotiating, months of sourcing staff across multiple countries, months of meetings across multiple languages, months of translating, months of designing, months of just reaching out to local communities, seeing if they have any players who would like to come to this. And so as a result, we have this really incredible event with hundreds of people here and hundreds of you guys watching at home. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in and for your continued support on these events. And And as long as you guys like these, we're gonna keep doing them. That's kind of what we're doing out here. As long as these are important and special to you guys, and that there's enough of you guys that want to come to these, that makes it worth the amount of effort that goes into this, then we're gonna keep doing them. So for everyone asking, yes, again, if it can happen, we will make it happen. And yes, I would love to do one in Italy. I would love to do one in UK. I would love to do more in Germany, more in France. I would love to do more in Vienna. I would love to do more in Vienna. Massimo, if you're watching this, Massimo, I know you're watching this, Massimo. I would love to do more in Vienna. So if you are watching this, we should definitely make some stuff happen. So Europe has been amazing so far. It's exceeded all expectations. It's so cool to see all these different communities come together in one place. It's a little bit different from the States in that way. I feel like in the States, it's very difficult to even get the East Coast and the West Coast of the States to come together. But in Europe, everyone from everywhere in Europe comes out. Like, everyone shows up, and it's a sense of community that I don't think I've even seen in the States, like, to that degree of, like, solidarity, like European solidarity, and it's really, really sick. Like, I have nothing but respect and praise for everything that's happened in Europe so far with regards to RBET. So yeah, hell yeah, bro. RBETs in Europe are fantastic. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, you were here. Did I say hi to you? I must have said hi to you. I don't know, but I seen you in the mat design. Tying it close to the place in the event is hosted is so nice, for real. We're gonna try to do that a little more moving forward. Because I think like we want to really highlight the location, like, because that's something that, would you consider Greece? Absolutely, I love Greece. We really want to highlight the locations of RBTs. It's something that's really cool about the RBTs is, like, how special the locations are. Like, we have thrown this tournament now across the world. We haven't, of course, been in Asia yet. We haven't, of course, been in Australia yet. I would love to do both of those places, but we've now done this across multiple nations, like 4 or 5 nations now, and that's insane. Like, I want to highlight the communities of the people who live in those areas and, like, tie it in directly with, like, obviously the game that we love. So yeah, it's definitely something we're going to be looking to do more and more of here. Shuffling up for game 3, lock in, everybody. Carlo is going to have the initiative here on stream in top 16. Oliver, an incredible run. Let's see if he can hang on here going second. I mean, going second is what broke him game 1. And on top of that, he didn't really posture in a way that could have won him a little bit more, I lost my train of thought, initiative than he showed to have in game 1. Obviously, Black Rowan's a big heavy hitter here. Carlo's going to start off with a slow start, so this may be the most back and forth game so far. And there's Trap Dust Shoot. So, I mean, Dust Shoot is only as good as your pressure. And there's, what a fucking hand. Okay, 3 Sirokkos, one of the best cards in the mirror match. And 2 Legacies, which will actually soften the impact of this Dust Shoot quite a bit. I mean, if you're getting Dust Shooted, I mean, that's the hand to get Dust Shooted, and you're probably very happy about that. I mean, Oliver's smiling getting Dust Shooted. When was the last time you guys smiled getting Dust Shooted in top 16, turn 1 going second? When was the last time that happened to you? Probably never, right? Probably never. But, this is a beautiful hand, and this is the power of Blackwings. I mean, a lot of redundancy in the monsters. You have these draw traps that can help you dig out of this situation. And, Carlo, maybe a little bit frustrated. With that. Only 1 Legacy being set here is interesting. We are going to fire the Legacy. I think setting both Legacies makes the most sense here. But Oliver may want to blur and hide some back row here in the future. You never know. All right, so what have we got here? We got one of the first Sirokkos. Sirocco is going to pump and attack the Bora. Is that going to work? That's going to be met with Dimensional Prison. That cannot be stopped by My Body as a Shield because Dimensional Prison doesn't destroy the monster. It just banishes it. So pretty big initiative steal here from Carlo. He's going to be able to functionally turn skip. And like I said, Oliver not having that Legacy down is not allowing him to dig deeper for a play here. Like I said, the negative tempo of using these Legacies, like, you have to be really aware of it, especially in highly tempo-based matchups like Blackwings, and especially in these early game positions. Now, it's possible he'll be able to blur a back row here by setting Legacy next to it, and that's what he's hoping to do, but the Legacy is known, and so maybe having that card deeper, maybe digging 1 card deeper towards Mystical Space Typhoon, digging 1 card deeper towards Heavy Storm, could have been what he needed to take control of this game. So yeah. It says if he has 1 clue, he can burn through both Sirocco. No, because the Sirocco can pump up to 3,700, counting his opponent's monsters. So no, that's not true. Blackwing is the deck of this event. Such a good call. Possibly, yes. 1700 damage coming across. Is Oliver going to try to fire off a trap card here to deflect this Bora? Maybe a Mirror Forest Deep Prison of his own, or a Legacy of Yatagarasu to draw into Gores, but doesn't look like it. I mean, that's going to be further damage. 4,600 life points for Oliver, 8,000 for Carlo. And this is really starting to look like game one. And the delay of those Legacy Yaviadas. Okay, End-Phase Dust Tornado is not bad. That takes down the Icarus attack. But maybe you wanted to save that Dust Tornado? I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be the opportunity here for Sirocco to take over this Bora. If there's a double Kalut from Carlo, he will be able to deflect this Sirocco attack, but he will specifically need double Kalut. Otherwise, he's looking at something like a Blizzard for a follow-up reversal play. Oliver's going to fire this Legacy. It's all too obvious that that is what was set there. The Dust Tornado was the unknown card, so the Legacy still being there is not really helping him out too much in that instance. So, yeah, when you set your Legacies, when you use your Legacies, how many cards deeper you can get, when you can get that card, actually really does matter a lot in this matchup. And that sequencing can cause you to be a turn ahead, turn behind from a certain position. And now Oliver's down to Sirocco that maybe he didn't need to be down. Who knows, you know? Maybe he didn't need to run that Sirocco into a Deep Prison. Sirocco is one of your best cards in this matchup, so losing even one of them can be felt for something like a Deep Prison or a Bottomless or something like that. Yeah, where are we going with this? Oh, yeah. Oliver's got a tough decision in front of him. Looks like he has a handful of monsters. He might be able to make a really big damage swing this turn with something like Sirocco Bora. I do think that you take it, you know? Here comes Black Whirlwind. I actually, now, upon reflecting on that, my body is a shield that is in Oliver's hand. I actually think maybe he should have saved his Dust Tornado and his Legacy and used the My Body as a shield now while he has the life points. Because having Dust Tornado and Legacy set there could have been more threatening of a position than having this My Body as a shield in hand. So here's Shura Kalut. This will get him an advantage. This will get him, obviously, the +1 off of the Shura, which is fantastic. He could grab Gale. He could also grab Vayu to set up his graveyard with that future Sirocco. Shura's going to attack. He's going to pass priority here. And honestly, if you're Carlo, you know about the Kalut, so you kind of just have to let this happen. Shura is going to resolve, so this is massive for Oliver. Going second, but he's managed to pull his way back into this game. And like I said, I would have preferred the position for him to have used that My Body as a shield and still have preserved his Dust Tornado for something like a reversal Black Whirlwind. But it's a matter of sequencing your more narrow cards first and then your more generic cards later. And representing certain things a little bit differently. But that being said, he's in a great position here. He's going to be able to synchro into Android, regain some of that life points, exactly, try to rebuild his lost position, and maybe make that My Body as a shield hurt a little bit less. He's going to pass and then gain 600 from Magical Android. So, draw for turn here from Carlo. Let's see what he's able to find. He needs to break this position immediately. It's a very, very difficult position to be in. It's not where you want to be. I'll say that much. It's actually been an incredibly interesting game. There's been a lot of different lines that could have been made here. Heavy Storm is one hell of a way to start doing it, and that's going to take down Mystical Space Typhoon and Black Whirlwind. Possibly he fired the Dust Tornado because of the Mystical Space Typhoon. There's Brain Control. Does he have the Kalut for game? That early damage points, so that's going to be 2,400. And there's the Kalut. There it is, Brain Control Kalut Sirocco, and that's going to be all it takes. The heavy level of aggression, the sequencing there, cutting off all of the back row from the opponent, and able to make that push with both heavy Brain Sirocco and Kalut. A very custom combination of cards there to, once he was able to get the, what was I saying? The initiative, the life initiative, he was able to close things out. And that's the scariness of Blackwings, bro. It's just, it can take over the game from even a little bit of damage pressure. I mean, 2,800 points of life, you wouldn't think that matters that much, but Blackwings can deal 5,000 points of damage very, very quickly. And so all you need is that little bit of chip damage. And once you get that chip damage, it's like insane draw from both players. Obviously, the Dust Shoot was fantastic, but it was backed up by, like, I'd say a little bit of slower pressure. And the triple Siroccos, you know, it's the best way to insulate against Dust Shoot. So he had a lot of opportunities to come back, and then he did have that Whirlwind. But, yeah, cards like My Body as a Shield, maybe not super ideal. It wasn't as active as Starlight Road there in the mirror match. Starlight Road there would have defended him quite a bit more, honestly. How is Costas doing? We're going to check on the rest of the bracket shortly. Give me one moment, guys. I'm going to try to get the bracket pulled up for us. Give me one moment. I need to check a different brackets. Brackets. So Carlo won, Ben won over Torg. Seb won, another Italian, moving on into top 8. Lucas won over Ariano and Jonathan, sorry. And I do believe Costas is in the middle of his match still, so he has not completed. I know a lot of players are going to be looking to see how Costas is doing. Give me one moment. I want to grab this bracket. Let's see. Is this... That is not the right window. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Fuck me. I have 18 windows open, and one of them is the correct one for the stream. I think it is this one. Boom. History. I think it's this one. Standings, pairings. There it is. There you guys go. Can you see that all right? Can we see this all right? Oh no, you guys don't have it open. There we go. Can you see this all right? All right, so Carlo is going to take it in top 16. We are going to watch this bracket and discuss Carlo W. Carlo's going to move on. We will have top 8 shortly. Twilight lost. Twilight is still happening. Top 8 soon. So right now, I will give you guys a brief update on the players here and what they are playing. Seb is playing Frog OTK. Lucas is playing Black Wings. He was our first after Swiss. Carlo is playing Black Wings. Ben, I do not know. We're going to check shortly. And Yvonne, I do not know. I'll check shortly. Give me one moment. Offhand, what they are playing. Okay. Yvonne is playing Vayu Turbo, and Ben is playing Black Wings. So we have 3 Black Wings moving on, 1 Frog OTK, and 1 Vayu Turbo moving on. We are still waiting on all of our Lightsworn players, our Ancient Gear player, Gladiator Beasts as well. I do believe we have 2 Gladiator Beasts, yes. So let me give you the breakdown. Zane is playing Gladiator Beasts. Nea is playing Twilight. Ugo is playing Lightsworn. Kostas is playing Ancient Gear. And then Dominic, I believe, is playing Frog OTK, and Max, I believe, is playing Gladiator Beasts. So Gladiator Beasts, the favorite in both of the matchups where they're playing right now. Gladiator Beasts is the favorite against Twilight and is also the favorite against Frog OTK. And then I do think that between Lightsworn and Ancient Gear, Lightsworn has a slight edge. It's not 100% certain. Ancient Gear has a lot of side cards for Lightsworn, so it's not 100% certain, but the matchup can go one way or the other. It's very swingy. I do think that it depends on how quickly you're able to find Fortress access in Game 1 for the Machina deck and how quickly you're able to deflect repeated Cyber Dragons in Game 2 and Game 3. So I do think Lightsworn has a slight advantage. There was a quick draw. He did lose to Black Wings at Table 1. So our 16th seed was Jonathan, and he was on quick draw Machina, but he lost to Black Wings, our first seed. So yes, Ancient Gear can pressure really fast, but they can also run into Roar, and they can run into things like Honest, which can be really annoying. So it's a matter of delivering measured pressure, and Lightsworn has Royal Oppression postboard, which is really ugly. If Kostas wins, we will be featuring him. If not, we will be looking to highlight either Gladiator Beast or Twilight, because we have not featured Gladiator Beast even once this entire tournament, and we have also a very, very talented lineup here in today's roster for our Lightsworn players. Ugo and Nea, incredible players. Both of them are fantastic, and I would love to watch either of them. But yeah, that's the goal here. If this is an Ancient Gear W, it will be Ancient Gear second top 8 in a row for RBET and third strong performance in a row for RBET, really putting itself on the map. I do think Ancient Gear is a tiered deck in my opinion. I think it's a very strong competitive tournament deck. I've played with it a lot. It's one of my most viewed videos is an Ancient Gear video, Gear Town Machina, and I do think the deck is tier 1. I do think it is tier 1. I do think it is a strong competitive deck. I do expect to see more and more tournament representation with it, especially from players who like Machina, because I do think right now it is the top Machina variant. I think it's the top Machina variant right now. You can make an argument that Jinzo is also top because Jinzo has a comparable amount of performance finishes. Jinzo and Ancient Gear. Nea just won. Wow, congratulations to Nea. Very, very powerful duelist. Excited to see her move on. Yeah, very, very excited for that. So, and in a challenging matchup against Gladiator Beast, which is insanely impressive. Insanely impressive for her. So, hell yeah. Nea feature, please. We may feature Nea. Depends on if Ugo wins or if Kostas wins. If Kostas wins, we may feature Ancient Gear. If not, we may feature Nea. It just depends. I think that that's going to be the goal as of right now. Croatia bros. Shout out to all the Croatian duelists who come out to this. I know there was quite a few who came out to Vienna as well. You're glad the Glads lost? That's funny. I personally think that Gladiator Beast is an interesting deck, albeit a little underpowered, and it's at its best when it can tailor itself to a very specific metagame. If you have to go into an open field full of, aggressive removal and stuff like Royal Oppression in the main, that sort of thing, that's where Gladiator Beast maybe can struggle. But I do think that if you can really dial in your tech slots in Gladiator Beast to target a certain metagame, that's when it's at its best. And I also do think that Gladiator Beast is at its best when there's a lot of back row light decks, kind of like these Frog OTK decks, kind of like Gigavise, kind of like, of course, Lightsworn, Twilight, that it can kind of prey on. And even in some instances, if the back row is specific enough, it can tailor its counter back row measures, like to be triple Trap Stun to play into Blackwings, for example, or triple Dust Tornado to play into Vayu Turbo, for example. So it really depends on like what deck you're trying to line up yourself into. You can line up yourself well into at least one or two decks with Gladiator Beast, but doing it into the wide field can be difficult if the metagame is incredibly spread out across a wide variety of decks. Which is maybe why up until now, it took a more homogeneous metagame for Gladiator Beast to really find its foothold in Edison format as a competitive deck. It was one of the decks that was the latest to the party when it comes to like topping with regards to recent metagame shifts. Frogs is so miserable, especially when they take your outs with Aoi. Gears do have a favorable matchup against birds, but struggle against frogs, mainly deep block. I disagree. I think Ancient Gears destroys frogs. I've actually played this matchup extensively. I think it's a very good matchup for Ancient Gear. I think it's one of the best matchups for Ancient Gear. I think frogs actually has to have specific tech in order to even deal with Ancient Gear. It's probably, I would say, up there with one of the matchups you would pick. If you're playing Ancient Gear and you get a tournament full of Frog Hero, I would pick that any day of the week. Looks like Dominic is going to be able to take it over Max 2-0, which is very impressive. Dominic is on that Frog OTK, and Max was on Gladiator Beast. So a deck that I think normally people think is very favored into Frogs is Gladiator Beast, but Dominic putting on a masterclass there, and Dominic is going to be able to move on to the top 8. And it looks like Ugo was able to take it over Kostas, so Ancient Gear, great run, not going to make it into the top 16, but top 8 is now here on the page, and we are going to be watching Nea moving into top 8, so I'll make sure that they know that. 1 second, boys. One moment, chat. For top 8, we will have Nea on camera.
Well,
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
So I'm about to run to top 8.
Okay.
There was no extra time.
Okay, cool. That's good. We will need them to get on the feature match as soon as possible.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
going to do it.
Okay.
So
1 second. This is live. Give me 1 second. You were saying? Yes, I am aware. I am aware. Thank you.
Wanted to make sure.
All right, cool guys. Cool. We're back. No Gladiator Beasts in top 8, but there are some interesting decks in top 8. Actually, I don't know. I'm surprised Gladiator Beast didn't make it. It had 2 favorable matchups in top 16. It had Twilight and Frog OTK, but like I said, the deck is a little bit underpowered, and when you have to sort of prepare for such a diverse metagame, it can be really difficult. Chikadu says, Rediari, Cat, and Tiger are the only scary cards in Glads. You're forgetting Secutor, but yes. I do believe Secutor is the terrifying card, and the 2 boss monsters that it can make are pretty good, but I do think Gladiator Beast is, again, it's a little bit underpowered as a deck. It's fine, but like its base game plan is actually pretty weak, and the base stat line on the monsters, like sometimes you can just struggle with a Jane. You're like, how do I beat a Jane? And you have to spend a certain number of cards to beat a Jane. Or sometimes you can just run into a random, like, Moonsu says Chariot. Chariot's kind of, I'd say Chariot's balanced. Chariot's kind of like the Icarus Attack of the deck. I would say Icarus Attack, Chariot are pretty balanced cards. They're strong cards, but they're not like, I would never describe them as like scary. I would just describe them as like, it's like a back row you have to play through, right? It's like Bottomless Trap Hole. Like, would you describe Bottomless Trap Hole or Solemn Judgment as scary? Maybe Solemn Judgment would be scary, but I don't think, you know, this, one moment.
For the top 32, the first place gets the one.
Yes.
Could we give out the...
Give one for second as well.
So like a standard one?
Yeah.
I thought like maybe top 4, because it's basically
It's
4 8-player pods.
But then we're giving out one for free. But that would mean we're giving out one for free. Oh no, we're not.
Top 4.
Top 4, so it would be 3. It would be 3 additional.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You're not saying an additional one to first place, or?
No, not an
Okay.
additional
Yeah. We can do it top 4. That's totally fine. Yeah, that's good.
Also, the way we set it up now is we separated the 32 in basically 4 8-man pods, and then like just
The winners.
combine the winners for the next pods.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Yep, that works. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry about the guys. Let the players who are involved in the event know that the pricing has increased. Yes. All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. We're just doing a little pricing increase for side event. But yes, so this is the stuff we are looking at. Yes.
They don't want to be in future match.
Which player?
The girl.
She doesn't want to be on the future match. She can't decline. But all right, that's fine. We'll get Ugo instead.
Ugo is already in future match against her.
Oh, it's a feature match against each other.
Yeah. No, it's not a good pairing. Costas has been eliminated last round.
What are you saying? Sorry. Give me a moment. I'm live right now. Give me 1 second. I gotta mute the mic. Sorry about that, guys. Lightsworn and Fairies tend to struggle with GB, though. No. Just no. I don't think pure Lightsworn or Fairies struggles with GB. I actually think it's a favorable matchup for both Lightsworn and Fairies. I don't think Twilight. I think Twilight struggles with GB, and I do think Christia Sworn can struggle with GB, but Lightsworn and Fairies have should have a very easy time into GBs because they're just higher power level decks. So once they set 3 to 4, it's good luck, have fun to go through all that without being beaten down by their monsters. Not really. Like, if you can't play through back row with Fairies, then I don't know what to tell you. But most back row is dead against Fairies. That's like kind of the strength of the Fairy deck in general. And with Lightsworn, again, like you have Cold Wave, you have Decree, you have Trinade, you have Heavy Storm, you have a lot of ways, Space Typhoon as well. Sorry, what is the issue? Sorry guys, we were running into an issue. We're trying to get it sorted out before we hop into top 8. But yeah, little minor issue. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. One moment, I am live right now. Give me one moment. I'll be right there. Sorry, guys. We have an issue with our top 8 feature match. So we are going to switch over to Seb versus Lucas. Lucas was our first place after Swiss. And Seb is a very well-known player online. So we're going to be watching Seb versus Lucas. And yeah, that's going to be that. That's going to be that. We had an issue regarding the feature match where one of our players did not want to be featured, and we're trying to accommodate them, but unfortunately, like, if they make it on, like, we have to feature them later in the round. So there's just like and there's nothing, we have nothing written technically that you can't refuse a feature match in top 8, so we're gonna have to write that in the rules in the future, because it's like you can't refuse a feature match in top 8. Like, that's just how it goes. But yeah, we're not going to be watching Twilight and Lightsworn. We are going to be watching Frogs versus Blackwings. Sorry, guys. I know that's the match you guys wanted to watch, but we're going to try to accommodate the players as much as possible, but we told the player, like, if they make it into finals, like, there's nothing we can do. So that's all we can do. Camera nerves? I don't know. I don't know. There was no reason given, so I don't know. Hopefully they get into finals. Actually, I hope they don't, because that would be a headache, and I don't want to deal with that. I've already had to deal with enough headaches this weekend, so yeah, I hope they lose. Sorry, I don't want to deal with that. Like, if you make it into top 8 and you don't want to be on the feature match, like, all right. Yes, we're gonna have judges watching Valerio. All right, guys. Moving into top 8, we're gonna be watching Lucas versus Seb, which I think is gonna be a banger match, and it's gonna be very exciting. I ran a mad. All right. The match would have been cool to see. I agree. That was definitely the fan pick. Yeah, I totally understand feeling nervous, but you're in top 8. Like, you're a professional at this point. Like, you're playing for stakes. Like, it's just the way it is. I obviously don't want to administer, like, any sort of judgment or ruling or whatever. So we're going to write it into tournament policy in future ones where you can't decline a feature match in top cut. Because, like, it would be, it's bad for viewership. Like, it's bad for you guys. Like, you guys, okay, press 1 if you wanted to see Lightsworn versus Twilight. I wanted to see that. I wanted to watch that match. I wanted to watch that matchup, right? And don't get me wrong, Lucas versus Seb is going to be amazing. It's going to be a great matchup. Don't get me wrong, but, you know, there's clearly, like, a matchup that people want to see while it's still here, you know? Eleanor says, very understandable not want to be on camera. That's true. We can take the camera off and just show the overhead. If that's something you're uncomfortable with. But we have to show the matches. I mean, that's what you signed up for. You signed up for a tournament that's streamed. Like, if you don't want to be on a tournament that's streamed, like, don't sign up for a tournament that's streamed. Like, what? So, yeah. You're fine with Seb because you guys are friends, but I said it's not acceptable to refuse. We got to put it into policy. We don't have it in policy, so we're going to allow it for now. But yeah, hopefully we won't have to deal with it moving into the future. Because it's going to be obviously difficult. Complication. Riftbound doesn't allow denials in feature meshes. The issue is that there are some people who are in the witness protection program and they can't be seen. Yeah, so if you're in the witness protection program, I'm sure they'll make like a legal exception, but that's not the case here. It's not a witness protection program or whatever. Could you record a couple of games playing Lightsworn, Christian Saber, or something else just to show how to play around the main threats of some decks like Blackwing, GB, and Bayou? I've posted like 5,000 Edison videos of me doing exactly that, so yes. It's not in our policy currently. It's not written in our policy. So, thank you so much. It's not in our policy currently, so we're not going to take any action. And, yeah, I mean, that's... If we write it in our policy, then we can take actions, but I'm not going to do anything that we haven't let the players know about ahead of time. I think that's unfair to them. So we're going to do our best here. We're going to make it work, and hopefully no issues. So, moving on. We've got Seb versus Lucas. It's going to be hype. It's a learning for future ones. Yeah, I've just never had that happen before. That's, like, completely out of the ordinary. There's a player who topped Vienna and Paris playing Vayu that we haven't watched so far at all. Would it be nice to feature him? No. I think we're going to feature the players who are doing the best currently, but yes, we can hop over to that player at some point, ideally. All right, Lucas versus Seb is going to be an incredibly good matchup. Let's get a prediction going. We'll do Seb versus Lucas. Lucas is on an unreal run. Yeah, he's currently undefeated. He currently hasn't lost a match, which is obviously very, very cool. What the fuck is this, bro? Anyway, I understand that Yu-Gi-Oh is a hobby for a lot of people, and like this level of competition is like, you know, to some people it's not that big of a deal, you know? So, you know, some people might not see this as like that big of a deal, like declining feature match or whatever, but when you have like hundreds of people watching, it's like, it's kind of a big deal, man. Especially when those people like want to see the matches that we're here to watch, you know? Like, so, I don't know, we'll see. It is what it is. Seb seems to be the heavy favorite, even though Lucas has been crushing. Is disrespectful to the audience? It's fine. It's fine, you know, it's fine. It's not in our policy, so it's fine. I just don't want to deal with a headache. You know, we've already had so many like frustrating things this weekend that having a finals that we may not be able to stream is definitely not ideal. Okay, we're getting started. We got Trapdoor Shoot, Black Whirlwind, Sure the Blue Flame, and looks like we are not watching Seb and... Oh, we are watching Seb and... Do we have the wrong pairings? Why does it say Jean? Should be Lucas, but... Okay... What? We have the wrong name. Alright. Lovely. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Maybe he's elected to go by this name for the future match. Sean Lucas? Ah, that could be it. That could be it. That could be it. Alright. This is going to be a salvage substitute situation. I don't know if this is game or not without Fishborg. Access. I can't tell what the monster is in play. I don't know how we've somehow fixed the glare issue, and now we have a glare issue again. But we'll try to get this fixed in between the games. I'm going to message production again really quick. We fixed it for last game, but... here we are. Always something, right? Very exciting stuff here, though. We got the Unifrog destroying the Black Whirlwind, and another card attacking into the Shura. Kaluta's going to defend it, but the Death Frog won't die because of the Substitute protecting it by a battle. So, pretty massive turn here for Seb. And damage is going to come across for both players. 400 from the Unifrog on Jean, and Sebastian is going to take 1,300 from the Kalut Shura over the Death Frog. Now, Substitute is going to go ahead and make short work of all this and get gets the Dew Frogs out. That's a great suggestion, Valerio. I think we should do that in the future. But yeah, as of right now, it is on us. So there's a Dew Frog there in defense position. You guys can't see it because of the glare, which for some reason we fixed, but it's different because there's different sleeves on the play now, so brutal. Alright, 2 Dew Frogs and a Unifrog. It's a good position to have against Black Wings. Just keep the back row out of play. Passes the turn. Draw for turn here from Jean. Jean's got a small hand. What can he make work with it? Looks like a lot of monsters. Double Bora, Sirocco. They can't do anything with anything like that, though. Gale would be good to keep Black Rose, get out of this situation. Otherwise, this hand kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, just pass, yeah. This is a really bad situation to be in. Here comes second Substitute. Second Substitute is going to activate Sacrificing Treeborn Frog. This is going to find another Death Frog, and this is going to be able to press through that Shura. So, yeah, full board. Sebastian's in a dominant position. He's up cards. He's up position. He's up life. He's about to be up life. He's not up life yet, but he's about to be. Unifrog first player on Gores. That's going to push Jean down to 7,200. Death Frog is going to attack over the Shura the Blue Flame. And that's going to drop Jean down to 7,100, and Substitute's going to attack down to 7,000. So, yes, technically not fearing the Gores. Shout out Ancient Gear Beast. I love Ancient Gear Beast. Gonna sacrifice the Death Frog. Drawing double substitute is always nice when you're playing the deck that does nothing without substitute. The deck does have a significant amount of draw power, Moray of Greed to find it, as well as Salvage to be able to add it back. And he's going to pass the turn back after bouncing his critical substitute back to his hand with the Swap Frog, so preserving that power play that he has for follow-up. Sean's going to check his graveyard now. Not ideal. 2 Toads into Dust Shoot, never lucky. Yeah. And the Whirlwind getting removed is also very difficult because now Gale can't be found to clear the board. I didn't see the card that was drawn there for Jean, so, you know, I don't fully understand his circumstances that he's in, but he's going to set a monster and pass. It's interesting. Maybe he's trying to set up a Dark Arm Dragon. I'm not really sure. Maybe he's trying to play around some sort of OTK. But no back row is difficult, and even if he did have back row, that Unifrog that's in face-up attack position that is covered by a glare right now would be, you know, yeah. You saw Starlight Road? Not a great draw. Not a great draw into an active Unifrog. I'll say it. I'll say it. Bad draw into an active Unifrog. Gonna generate a nice little build your own Sinister Serpent here using the Swap Frog and the Treemore Frog from Seb. Just a way to accumulate cards in hand for potential Fishborg Blaster plays later on. Yeah, this is a really tough draw for Jean. I mean, he's playing against a combo deck, and he's drawn no pieces of interaction outside of 1 Trap Dust Shoot, which is good, but Dust Shoot is only as good as your pressure, and as you can see here, the best way to mitigate yourself against Dust Shoot is to draw multiples of the same card, like we saw it in the last match as well. Or to just play high density of powerful cards that can search your engine pieces and get you going. Swap Frog's going to activate. It's going to return the Unifrog to hand, so preserving another critical piece of interaction that Seb may need for future turns. He's going to sacrifice Treemore Frog for an in-hand Death Frog. This will allow him to apply some increased pressure, life pressure, and force something from Jean into a certain spot. Switches the Swap Frog to attack, so Swap Frog's probably going to attack first. We're going to see what was set. It's going to run over the value that was set. And Dust Frog Direct, I believe. Oh no, it might have been Swap Frog Direct. Yeah, I think it was Swap Frog Direct. Or was it Dust Frog Direct? Chat, what was it? I don't even know. 3 Darks Engrave. Is there a Dark Arm Dragon? Let's see it. What do we have here? Sirocco first, okay. 2 back row. But we know about Unifrog, so what are we doing here? It's not a great position to be in. Seb can buy himself a bunch of different plays here. He might be trying to play around like Icarus Attack, something of that nature, but you know, you just have so many resources that even a 2 for 2 here is probably just totally fine for you. Interesting. Bouncing the Treemore Frog. Like I said, just building the pluses, switches the Dust Frog to defense. Normal summons Unifrog, and this is going to be trying to force something like a Mirror Force attack with Unifrog, and that's actually just going to connect. So, yeah, setting 2 here. Again, I don't not understand it, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe Lucas just doesn't have a lot of opportunity here. Thank you so much, Geist. I hope you enjoy it. Tough position here for Lucas, but he did find another back row. Is that Unifrog going to come back down again? It was bounced by Swap Frog. There is an extra normal summon of a frog here. There's Heavy Storm. Starlight Road is gone now. Do we have a Chain Icarus? That would be ideal. Chain Legacy. So, not quite. Believe this is Arm Colossal if Fishborg is found. Let's see. Yeah, there's Fishborg. So, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Colossal. Arm. Yeah. Extra normal Treeborn, and then pitch special the Fishborg, and then you make Arm, and then... Yeah. Just Arm Colossal. We're going to be going to game 2 here shortly. Toad is the most broken monster in SN. Nothing can change your mind. I could change your mind so fast. Have you seen what Lone Fire Blossom can do in the format? All right, we're moving on into game 2. Lucas with a really unfortunate monster heavy draw, but the monster heavy draw also included like a Sirocco that he wasn't able to get live and actionable, with a bunch of Boras that he wasn't able to get live and actionable, and then he drew a card, Starlight Road, that's like not necessarily good in that sort of position when you've already, you know, ran into multiple Substitutes. So kind of a tough one there. Very draw dependent situation that can happen up against these combo decks, and that's what the combo decks are looking to take advantage of, right? They're trying to take advantage of people who are maybe like, I don't want to say underprepared. What's up, Freya? How you doing? I can tell you what's in top 16 in a minute, Freya. Actually, Freya, I posted it in the Discord, so if you want to check Discord, it's there as well. Why is Google auto-translating all these messages? How do we stop it from doing this? Because I want to read the Italian. I want to read the Italian, all right? I know Italy's going crazy for Seb right now. I want to be able to read it. Anyway, where are we going with all this? Yeah, so game 1 obviously is your best game as a combo deck. Your opponent's going to have cards like Starlight Road. They're going to have a little bit softer start. And his draw was very good. He had Heavy Storm, he had Double Substitute, he had a lot of opportunities there to like start making stuff happen. A lot of turns where Boras were what was going on, and what he really needed was a tuner. He needed a dad, he needed Icarus attack, he needed something, but he didn't really have that something. Game 2 is where Black Wings really starts to dial it up. They could have stuff like Dark Devastation Virus, which is one of the best cards against this matchup, or they can even level it up further, have stuff like Royal Oppression, have stuff like Mask of Restrict, have stuff like Skill Drain, have stuff like Fossil Dyna, have stuff like DD Crow. There's so many hate cards that Black Wings can have for this matchup moving into game 2, and so it's going to be quite difficult, I think, to be able to play through that with like your standard combo strategy. And this is where a lot of players wheel conversion side. It is not the most common thing, but historically we've seen full combo have better results, but the conversion side can be better into like the more hateful stuff. Usually the Frog deck will switch to be more of a Monarch deck post board if they expect such high levels of hate. That being said, like the hate cards are good against the Monarch stuff too, so it's not like that different. So yeah. You have some extensions on your browser that just disables all the BS features that YouTube adds. Very interesting. I may need to do that as well. But yes, Seb, very accomplished player, and Lucas, also a very accomplished player. Both these guys are just like top of the top. I mean, everyone in top 8 today is top of the game. Like, you don't top 8 this late into the game unless you're really, really good. Like, that's just the way it goes. Like, all the players in our top 8 are amazing. Undoubtedly. That being said, you know how it goes. Someone has to win. So, we're going to see if Lucas can step it up with some sideboard cards, and we're going to see if Seb has the sauce and is able to fight through all the hate coming in post-board. Here shortly in just a second. Can you get a top 32 next RBT? No. Top 16 is what it is after 9 rounds. 9 rounds should be top 16. The next RBT, maybe we can do asymmetrical top 16. That's something I was thinking about doing, or asymmetrical top cut, where everyone with a certain record makes it. But if we do asym, it would be X1 and 1 or better, so it would be a smaller top cut, not a bigger top cut. Similar to how Pokemon does it. For us to get to top 32, we would need, I think, 1,000 players. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone in chat knows this. What is Blackwing siding in? Dynavirus, Suppression Crow. You're forgetting Skill Drain, which a lot of Blackwing players also side, and that card hoses his deck. It just completely shuts it off. If they don't have an out to Skill Drain, they just don't play the game. And that's including the conversion side as well. So, yeah. Yeah. Moving in, we've got ourselves game 2. I believe is a Swap Frog attacking, and that's going to be met with Deep Prism. So, 1 critical resource. I thought we were going to be fixing the glare in between games. I apologize for that. We did not fix the glare in between games. But we're already in game 2, so nothing we can do now. Sorry, guys. I'll try to narrate as much as possible what is happening on the screen. My apologies. The sun must have moved or something and reintroduced more glare or something. Treeborn Frog is going to come back into play. Treeborn Frog is now in play in defense position. Normal summon Substitute Toad. So he did draw Substitute Toad this game, and he's going to activate Substitute Toad, and that's just going to resolve, so... I don't really know if Lucas wants to chain to this or not. He's going to chain Book of Moon. It's an interesting play. Prevents full Substitute activation, but I think you want to do that at a different time. And not where he did it. Because now he can just go swap, bounce, Substitute, and... The only way this makes sense is if Lucas has a way to hand rip it. My goodness, he has 1-for-1 too. That's insane. That's insane. What a fucking hand. That's like actually custom. He has the only card in his deck that 100% of misplay. Yeah, I think it is 100% of misplay. I also think that it's crazy that he has the only card in his deck that extends, but that being said, that 1-for-1 could have gotten Fishborg access, and now it's no longer getting Fishborg access. So, yeah, this is probably gonna be dupe double flip or flip flop double dupe most likely. I believe that's a flip flop frog attacking for 500. This is still manageable, I think, for Lucas. There are certain cards that can manage this. Lucas is just like reeling in pain. He's just like, bro, can I just take my fucking turn already? But I do think something like a deck devastation virus here for Lucas just like instantly equalizes. So I think if he has Sirocco deck dev, he's fine. He's gonna flip set the flip flop frog, and he's gonna set a back row and pass. So that back row is pretty important. That back row could be trap stun, it could be Regeki break, something to take down this potential deck devastation virus. I don't know if he has deck devastation virus, but if he does, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. There is a dupe frog in play. There are 2 dupe frogs in play, I believe, and a set flip flop frog. So, really, what can you do? Unless you have deck dev here, you don't really have plays. I see 5 monsters yet again. Is it 6 monsters? I can't tell the last card. Normal Sirocco. Is this Seb? Yes, it is. Set back row, pass the turn, and that's going to be met with a Dust Tornado or something like that. Regeki break. It's going to take down the Sirocco. And that's just bad news bears for Lucas. I mean, he was not in a position there to deal with this Unifrog coming out. That's going to destroy this deck devastation virus. I'm assuming the back row's deck dev. Like, you don't think bro has deck dev? Salvage, yeah, Salvage gets back the Unifrog, gets back the Substitute, just custom hand. Both games for Seb into Lucas's custom bad hand, both games. There's Solemn Judgment. Okay, so it was Solemn Judgment and not Solemn Judgment, not deck dev. So he's still in the game. He's still in the game. That is going to prevent the Substitute from coming down here. But yeah, he really needs to find deck dev. I mean, it's like his way back into this game. Dad, possibly. Gale, possibly. I'm not really sure. What else, though? Awful hands into dupe blocks, possibly. Normal summon Swap Frog. Send the dupe frog from play. Add back Death Frog. He can bounce extra normal. Bounce the dupe frog. Sacrifice extra normal the Death Frog. Flip the flip-flop frog and attack for game. So doesn't miss lethal into that Solemn Judgment, paying half his life points to prevent, what was it, salvage? I think it was preventing salvage. And then, yeah, he was able to just use his summons there to OTK. So good stuff for Seb. He's moving on, moving forward. And again, it really, really came down to just how terribly Lucas drew there. But he made it all the way to top 8 undefeated, and you really can't complain, especially into a field this stacked, right? Like, both these players are incredible world-class players. Scary deck. It's scary. It's like one of these weird decks where, like, your opening hand can determine a lot of how it goes. Because it's scary, and then you draw a hate card, and then it's not that scary. Like, that game, if there's a Fossil Dyna, you just have Fossil Dyna Solemn, and the game's over. Like, it's like, it's a different game, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's a combo deck. Like, all combo decks are scary because they can do broken things, but they can also be choked. And that's the important thing to know about combo decks. But good thing for, good heads-up play from Sebo that game. I mean, he played that game incredibly well. He played so well finding the lethal on that last turn. He played so well setting up his board accurately and not leaving any holes for his opponent to poke through. Check, check, check. Mic 2. Check, mic 2. 1, 2. Can you guys hear me all right? Can you hear me all right? Can you guys hear me all right? This is why you always come prepared. Have a second microphone. We got a second microphone, baby. We're back. That's why you always bring mic number 2, so that when your first mic goes out, you have a second one. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Always come prepared. Always come prepared. All right, we'll see you guys shortly for top 4. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get some water. Go grab your snacks, and don't close the stream, you know. Leave it running for a little bit, and smash a like, and we'll be back with top 4 shortly. It's going to be a very exciting top 4. See you guys in just a minute. The fan, right? It's nice, yeah. It like blows your hair back too, so like when you're here it's like yeah, we have Lucas, Jean Lucas?
Lucas.
Luca. Okay. We have Luca, he wants to say a few things about his run.
Tu peux me traduire? Oui, vas-y.
Speak French, it's
Ah,
fine.
mais j'ai pas compris la question. I don't understand the question.
Je sais pas, tu dois dire quelque chose, tu veux parler.
Just speak about your experience.
Ah bah c'était un super événement. Je suis un petit peu déçu de sortir sur. J'ai pas pu jouer. J'ai pas pu jouer en futur match. Mais j'ai eu une super run, donc je me console avec le fait d'avoir fait 10-0.
I can't understand. Is it pretending? Yeah. Do you want to translate a bit?
Yeah, I guess. Really great run. A bit sad to get this lost at the end because he couldn't play.
Yeah. Brick hand.
But
brick.
brick in French. But in the end, really good event.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, man. Congratulations. 10-1 is something to be
Thanks.
proud of.
Thanks.
Well done. We had to get the boy on some words, bro. We had to get some French on the stream, some proper French, bro. He put on for his fucking country, bro. He's out here grinding. That's my dog, dude. He actually played good. No lie. He just got bricked, bro. That good pizza. What is he talking about? Porco Dio. It's auto-translating. I'm trying to fix the auto-translate, bro. How do I fix it? Wait, this one's not even translating. It's so frustrating. Can we get Ugo? Ugo will be featured in top 4. Ugo will be featured in top 4. Are you allowed to use your online or YouTube name to sign up for future matches or to sign up or for future matches? Yeah, absolutely, Kenodrum. Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to put your real name. That's totally fine. Where's I going with this? Oh, 1 second. I was trying to fix the fucking chat so it doesn't auto-translate. Right now we have Lightsworn, Frog OTK, Ben is on. I don't fucking know what Ben is on. I think Vayu Turbo? No, Black Wings, and then the winner of Dominic and Yvonne. So we have 3 different decks so far in top 4. Pretty exciting. I'm actually really excited. I wanted to watch you go really badly last round, but I'm happy we'll get to watch him this round. What's up? They're leaving? The shipping? Sorry, what is it? Yes. Do you want to write down your address for me really quick? Sorry? Shipping information. Okay. I want it written and understood. Okay. So, just write it for me really quick. And then you're good to go and we'll get it. I can take it now or no? No. And we have to pay it out at the end because the first seat gets first. Okay, then we'll get a pen? Yeah, let me get you one. There's one right over here. Sorry about that, chat. I gotta charge my mic. Shit's dying again, bro. My computer's dying, everything's dying. Wait, I gotta ask for a charger. One question. Do we have that same charger we used yesterday?
Oh,
USB-C, yeah. Thank you.
You asked for explain that, right?
Yeah, that's what he asked for.
Okay. After the tournament, you can give the payment to me because I know him. I can send to him.
Was he he's in top 8, right?
Yes.
Top 8?
Yes.
So his pricing was 5th through 8th, right? You want me to give you the pricing?
For him, and I will give it to his teammate.
We can figure it out as long as he's okay.
Ah, Carlo, c'est bon si je dis Carlo, je l'ai fait la RAF. À RAF, et il définira d'un jour pour moi.
As long as he can get to it.
Yeah.
Okay, as
And
long as
then do not say the.
okay, yeah. As long as he gets to it.
I will tell you the name of the person in charge of them.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry about that, guys. We have a lot of stuff going on right now. How do I disable this shit? How do I disable this shit? The auto, what is it? Auto translate feature. How do we disable it? There has to be a way to disable it, right? Live control room, select the stream settings tab, edit customization, untick the live translation box. Well, that's where I am, and there's no option for that. What are you what is it? Okay. Edit customization, untick the live chat translation box. What the fuck? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Here. Oh, thank you. All right, I guess I'll just use a different charger for this microphone or whatever. Is this still going on? Yes. We are about to go into top 4 once I figure out how to fix the everything. I think I got my mic plugged in. I was Kresimir Petanovic. I don't even understand how you could possibly. Okay, let's see. Settings, maybe? Reactions and feedback? No. Live chat? No, that's not it. Time is top 4. Soon. It says it on the screen, doesn't it? Doesn't it say starting soon? Starting soon? Doesn't it say that? Like, don't we have the bracket right in front of you? Like, are we... Can you see that we're waiting on table 2 to be finished? Like, what? I feel like the information is in front of your face, Vashi. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. In fact, it might be so in front of you that it's not in front of you enough. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's too... You're not sober enough to reef. Okay, I got you. I'd say maybe 10 minutes. Tops. Maybe 5, 10 minutes. Tops. 10 minutes tops. Okay, hold on. How do I turn this auto translation off? I need to let these Italians porco dio in my chat, bro. It needs to be allowed, bro. Okay, hold on. How the fuck do I fix this? You know both these people? You're gonna be here for a while? What the fuck just happened? Am I still live? What the fuck just happened? Am I still live? Am I still live? What the fuck just happened? It just like closed me out of my thing. What do you mean? Customization tab on your stream. What do you mean customization tab on my stream? What do you mean customization tab? There's no customization tab. No? Cussing in Italian, that's new. Is it? I feel like we've been doing that since like 2013, bro. It's in the live control room. I'm in the fucking live control room. There's no customization tab. What? I feel like I'm going crazy. Am I going crazy? Should I show the tab? Edit, maybe? Edit? Live chat translation? Save? Okay. Okay. Okay, wait. Everyone type in Italian right now. Everyone type in Italian. I want to see if I switch it off. Every Italian in the chat has to say some Italian stuff right now. Every Italian. Bro just made the biggest mistake. That's not in Italian. I don't see Italian. Everyone who's here for Ugo has to type some Italian right now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Palestina Libera. I know that. I know that one. Hey, let's go, Zeko. Let's go. We don't need auto-translate for that one, baby. We don't need auto-translate for that one. We know exactly what that means. Okay, we got Yvonne completed in his match, and so we are going to be moving on to the top 4. Whoever was asking when top 4 is, it's like right fucking now, brother. Hello? What is happening? No, not full screen. What is happening, bro? Bro, what is going on? Everything crashing, bro. Everything crashing. Okay, we're back. That is Le Baron Synchronique. Give him a follow. He's the only reason we have a stream today, so please share some love with him. He's the face of the French Edison community, as far as I'm concerned. He's one of the best content creators I've ever seen, crushing the game right now with Edison content. So, do you like this battery pack we have for this tiny mic? It's like kind of fitting, right? It's back. We're so back. All right, boys. Top 4 starting soon. You know, the best part about this is I can make up in my head what all the Italian people are saying in the chat. Can I say hello to your friend, Massimo? Hello, Massimo. Hello, Massimo. I hope you're doing well. Or maybe not, if you're an evil man. I hope you're not an evil man. So, remaining in the tournament, I think we've got Vayu Turbo, Black Wings, Light Sworn, and Frago TK. 133 viewers, only 36 likes. That is actually low for both of those things. It's actually pretty low. 133 viewers doesn't sound right. Is that how much we have, chat? That doesn't seem right. Somebody refresh. Somebody refresh the page. I don't think we have 133. I think we have more than that. Let's be real. Let's see. Analytics. No, we got more than that, right? Right? Actually, we might have less. Hey, yo. Smash like, everybody. Top 4 coming soon. And this guy, we want to shrink up a bit. Go here, press. Okay, cool. We should be good. Top 4 time, baby. Top 4 starting now. Top 4, we got Ugo versus Ben. Italy versus UK. Let's fucking go. Top 4. Wait, why does it... it keeps cutting back. It keeps cutting back. I keep getting crazier and crazier with my hair. It's going to be like this next. It's going to be insane. Chat. It's going to get insane out here. This guy behind me is watching me. Look at him. He's watching me. He thinks I'm insane. He thinks I'm insane. He's like, give me that look like I'm crazy. Look at that. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He just looked away. He's pretending like he's not looking over here, but he's definitely looking over here. He's like, God, that guy's weird. I'm going to look at my phone now. All right, mainstream time. At least you have hair. That's true. I shouldn't be angry. All right, boys, we got Ugo versus Ben. Italy versus UK. We need to know what the chat prefers. I think Ben's playing Black Wings. Is Ben playing Black Wings? What was he playing? Yeah, I think it's Black Wings. All right. All right, chat. I want to know which nation you prefer and who you think is the favorite to take home this top 4 match at RBET Paris. 320 players. We're down to 4 out of 320 players. We're going to get the best of the best, the sauciest of the saucy Judgment Dragon gameplay going on this match. Right now, Italy is a heavy favorite. UK question mark? UK question mark? UK question mark? Pause champ? Pause champ? Dude, turning off translate was the best decision of my life. People just be saying shit now. I have no idea what's going on. Also, why are we not showing the feature match? Isn't there a feature match going on right now? What? Dude, the Italians are showing up right now. They just sent the stream to their homies. They're like, yo, we cannot let Ugo lose this poll. We cannot let Ugo lose this poll. They have to spirit bomb their energy, bro. What is the other semifinalist playing? It's Vayu Turbo versus Frog OTK. But we just watched Frog OTK, so I'm not going to subject you guys to that bullshit again. All right, we're getting into it. Top 4, Lightsworn versus Black Wings. An Edison classic, a Yu-Gi-Oh classic. This is one of the oldest matchups of all time, and one of the greatest matchups of all time. People used to call Blackwing the Lightsworn killer. Is that going to be the same today, or is that narrative going to be switched? We got 66 votes. Ugo is the 70% favorite today by the chat, but is he the favorite in the dice roll? That's the most important thing. I don't think so. I think Ben was going first. All right, Ben, what's going on? Flipping your deck upside down? Australian tech. All right, what do we got? 2 back row and then a set monster. Is Ben playing Vayu Turbo? Or is that a Vayu? There's a trap dust shoot. Oh my goodness, what a hand. Look at that. Charge, recharge, gold sark, 3 power spells. He's going second, he's getting dust shooted, but you really cannot ask for a better hand. Are we going to see a Forza Italia coming out in the chat for Ugo with a hand like that? I'm leaving the pull up, bro. I'm leaving the pull up. Let's see if those numbers swing a little bit. Oh my goodness. I mean, dust shoot is powerful. Don't get me wrong, dust shoot is powerful, but I can name a card a little bit more powerful, and that's probably going to be charge into solar recharge. Card combination, I should say. Okay. Milled JD, but he did hit 2 unique names. Why didn't he Gold Sark first? Can we discuss that? RBET Dublin soon. I'll see what I can do about that. Good sir, that would be fire. Ireland deserves it. Honest and beckoning light milled. Why didn't we Gold Sark first? Is that optimal? I mean, Ugo knows best. Ugo knows best. I'm not going to argue with it, but he did mill a JD. Yikes. We got Arcus. He redrew the Arcus. That Arcus that was sent back off of Dust Shoot, so Dust Shoot completely ignored Vayu hitting the graveyard. Arcus taking the +1. And are we going to commit that Gold Sarcophagus to the spell zone? We are. Absolutely committed Gold Sarcophagus. We're committing to finding our second Judgment Dragon here. You know what? Respect. Respect. I believe that Judgment Dragon is one of the best cards that you can search for. Didn't he add Arcus back through charge? Sorry, I meant charge, not recharge. But yes, he did add it back. Yes. All right, boys, we're ending the poll. We're ending the poll. And we're getting a wolf. Wolf milled, bottomless, activated. That is the freest of +1s I've ever seen in my entire life. Just get that bottomless out of here. That's one less thing that's going to contest this JD. That's one less thing that's going to contest a Lila or something in the future here. That's the yugioh difference. That's what makes him the top 4 Lightsworn player here today. Bora's going to attack. That's going to be met with Threatening Roar. So Threatening Roar is going to prevent the attacks here from yugioh. That is going to be a +1 right back for Ben, though. So card advantage-wise, they are neutral. And Ben does have a slight information advantage and positional advantage. Moving into yugioh's turn here. Yugioh can break through this with a number of things. Celestia being the big one, of course. But, you know, he could just switch that Arcus to defense. I'll say it. Chat, how much defense does Arcus, the Lightsworn Druid, have? How much defense does he have? And there it is. Defense position switch, end phase mill. He hits Lila. What else does he hit? I forgot what else he hit already. I didn't see it. He was too quick with it. He's too quick with it. We gave him 5 extra minutes of time, but he's saying we don't need that. I'm going to play fast anyway. Second Bora. 2 Boras doesn't make them hit harder, unfortunately. They don't combine their attack stat, unlike in Riftbound or Magic the Gathering or other games where you can gang attack. Yu-Gi-Oh's combat is infinitely more boring. 2 monsters does not make a stronger monster somehow. That doesn't really make sense in terms of real-life combat or any type of combat. Oh, we milled Gareth. That's what it was. It was Gareth. Heavy Storm. All right. That's a really good card. That's a really, really good card. I think we're just going to go to the next game. I think we're just going to go to game 3. Ben had seen enough spell cards. Yugioh, like I said, flipping the narrative. He went second. He got dust shooted, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, boys. It wasn't enough. My hair is getting subsequently more crazy. I'm channeling my inner Carpath as this stream goes on. How does Carpath do it? It's like crazy, bro. He has the gel, bro. He has the gel. I don't know how he does it, but we're kind of getting there. Trying to get there, at least. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're from Italy, you have to like the stream. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. You have to like the stream to power up yugioh. If you don't like the stream, it doesn't power up yugioh. That's the way it goes. Getting that Yu-Gi-Oh hair. Yeah, I feel like I need a Millennium item. The Millennium cell phone battery pack. And you wear it. that's the Millennium item. All right, chat, what would be your Millennium item? What would be your Millennium item? The Millennium water bottle. Oh, chat, this is a good one for you guys. This is a good one. I'm asking you too many questions too fast, but half full or half empty? Which is it? Which is it, chat? Is it half full or half empty? Which is it? Which is it? You'll never know. It's like 60% full. All right, shut the fuck up. Never have anything nice. You can never have anything nice with these guys. You never have anything nice with these guys. You can't even. All right, chat. Half full or half empty now. Don't say 40% full. I will ban you. I will literally ban you. I'm ready to go Super Saiyan. We need to get the fan closer so it can be like, and all golden and whatnot. I believe we have pastries. Do you want to do a pastry reveal between game 1 and game 2? We'll do a quick pastry reveal. You already ate the pastry. By the way, this is a pastry for you from Jean and Mao. You might want to trade them one. You might want to get them one as well, yeah. Okay. Vashi wants to get banned. All right, Vashi, you're getting banned. He said it. He said the forbidden phrase. 1 minute. 1 minute ban. What is this? Pasta. But that's not a pastry. Give me a pastry. Do you have a pastry? You didn't give me the sweets. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do, bro? What am I gonna do? A pan of chocolate. What am I gonna do with this? Chat, what am I gonna do with this? Alright, game 2. Game 2, we got set 3. Got set 3. And shoot again. Again recharge. This time with JD. Oh my god, what a gorgeous hand. High rarity from yugioh. Max rarity. This deck might be one of the most beautiful decks I've ever seen in my life. That's actually such a pretty deck. Holy fuck. Look at that hand. That hand is worth more than my retirement fund. Alright, he sent back... He didn't send back JD. Wait, he didn't send back JD? Wait, what? He didn't send back JD? Mill the Wolf. Alright, I mean... Fuck it. If your opponent does shoots you and doesn't take JD... And you mill a wolf? Can you be mad? Can you really be mad? What did he draw off that solar recharge? Oh, it looks like a Raikou. Actually, really, really good draw. Okay, you're saying he took Honest? He took Honest and not JD. He's gonna attack with both. Dude, this is such a big balls play, bro. Icarus attack. Okay. Makes sense, but that's 3 names. So now, not taking JD looking a little silly. I would have attacked maybe before committing the Lila. Obviously, like, you don't want to get in a bad spot here, but you still have the Raikou. I mean, this hand is still insane for yugioh. He has a live JD and a Raikou. Like, what the fuck? He does shoot him, didn't take JD? What? Maybe this is why he didn't take JD. He's going to try to start us plus back row. Raikou's going to mill 3 here. Mill another wolf, but you know, whatever. It's just free, bro. It's just free. Do we have a plague? We do. He does shoot at him and he saw plague, so... I guess we're just making Bryonic. And outing this Stardust easier than imaginable. Yeah, I don't really know. That's actually insane. All it takes, a couple wolves, and the deck just crushes, bro. Man. yugioh makes this deck look S+++ tier. Might have oppression behind that? Okay. And? Wait, didn't he have plague? Am I smoking crack? Didn't he have plague? No. He redrew the Honest. He redrew the Honest. He didn't even have to go Bryonic. Oh my god, dude. This is some main character shit, bro. Dude. Oh my god. Lila Mill 3, Arcus, Cyber Dragon, Lila. Bro. Bro. He redrew the Honest. That's so gross. He didn't bottomless the Lila either. Why would he not bottomless the Lila? He may be trying to Stardust negate the Lila. He may be thought the Lila was a bait. He's also probably trying to save the bottomless for JD. Alright, here's Sirocco. Attacks Lila. That's gonna happen. Passes a turn. Drop return. Do we have a 1200 attack point monster? I'm pretty sure you can just make Bryonic and then just summon JD here and win, right? Like, there's really nothing to think about. There might even be game through Gores here. Celestia pop. Show off a few more ultimate rares while you're at it. Boom, 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 boom. Mill consecrated and 3 trap cards. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you have JD, which wasn't taken off of Dust Shoot. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember it wasn't taken off of Dust Shoot? JD attacks for 3,000. And GG. Ugo's moving on to the finals. Look at Ugo. He's pumped. How did you guys predict that? How did the chat predict that? You guys predicted that. You had 75% votes for Ugo. How did you predict that? This is a bad matchup for him. How did you know? That is crazy. That is crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, Ugo is going to be one of our finalists here. Who's going to be our other finalist? You guys are going to have to stay tuned to find out. RBET Paris finals up soon. Forza Italia? Is that what they say? Forza Roma? Is that what they say? What's the phrase? Tell me the phrase. Tell me the phrase, chat. What does dahe mean? What does that mean? Does that mean let's go? What does it mean? I don't know. Teach me some Italian here. If I'm going to throw RBET in Rome, I got to know some Italian, all right? Dahe Roma Forza Roma. Is that what you guys are saying? You guys are really making me go all the way here. Dahe is let's go. That was an execution. That was a very public execution. That didn't look close at all. He does shoot it in both games, turn 1 going first, and still fucking lost. That's so bad. That's so brutal, bro. That's so brutal. That's so brutal. Well played to everyone. Well played, well played, well played. Is this the pasta? I'm going to take a quick break to eat some lunch. We'll be right back with the finals. We'll do a little BRB, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. You guys seeing this right now? You guys seeing this right now? This is Seb versus Yvonne in one of the most tense games I've ever seen. We got a shaky cam for you guys. This is a semifinals game. Semifinals? Yeah, semifinals game. They're going into game 3. They're in time. So they're going to have 2 turns each, and then highest love total wins. This camera work is that of the devil, I'll be honest, but why is there time in the finals? This isn't the finals, this is the semifinals. And why would you think that there's time in any part of the tournament? So that the staff can go home when the venue closes. Duh. Obviously. It's not online where you can just sit in your living room for 18 hours straight. Alright, yeah. Wow. That game was insane. I caught a little bit of footage of it for you guys. I'll be posting it this week to the channel. But it was a top deck war like I've never seen. I think it was like 20 top decks in a row where they were just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I think Yvonne, I think he had some sauce, but whatever this camera work is it's truly crazy. Are we going to try to get it leveled up here for game 3? Oh, we might even get the shaky cam game 3. Oh, shit. Chat. Guys, I just want to say this. I am so impressed with Seb and Yvonne's play. I think both these guys are incredible. Very, very, very incredible duelists. Two of the GOATs, in my opinion. Two of the GOATs, at least of Europe, if not of the world. That game was crazy. They have a room in there. There's like 40 people in there around this match. Dead silent. Just dead silent throughout the match. Why is the cam like this? You just got back? This is not a feature match. We just moved the cam so you guys could see this match. So this is not a feature match. This is just the last match we're waiting on before the finals. What's the score? It's 1-1. And they are going into game 3 in time. So it's going to be pretty intense. Just like this camera work, apparently. Oh my god. It's over. It's over. The production manager has to say hi. Oh no, we're getting shaky. I'm getting motion sickness looking at this. Alright, chat, don't look at this. Don't look. Oh, it's so sick. Dude, Yvonne is icy, by the way. They're both dressed so well. Edison players are always so drippy, dude. These guys look great. Heat wave and earthquake hitting Paris right now. That's crazy. Is there an earthquake in Paris today? Is there an earthquake in Paris? I haven't felt anything yet, but I think he's referencing the camera work that is incredibly shaky. So, nice one. Nice one, Plastic Tube. Nice one. Hopefully I will be seeing you in Singapore so I can kick you in the nuts for that one. What? That's okay. What is this? Show the match. Going to the match. Frog the jam. Oh, Slime Toad. This is a semifinals match, but the finals is coming up soon. The winner of this is moving on to the finals. Yeah, I'm going to Singapore for Riftbound. Check Discord for details. What? What is he doing? What is happening right now? This is not the finale. This is Frog OTK versus Vayu Turbo. And last game was crazy. Yvonne took it after a crazy grind game. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Every time I've seen the deck conversion side, I've seen it lose. So, I don't know about all that, but maybe it's just because the hate cards are so good against this deck. Anyway, boys, this shaky cam stuff is wild. We have a flag going on in the chat. Supporters of Yvonne. He's putting on for his region. He's actually such a good duelist. I was watching him play, I was like, damn, this guy's good. This guy's actually really good. What's up? Shaky cam. Shaky cam. Move them to the feature table for their game 3. This game is going to be 3 minutes long, so we're not going to make them move. They're in time, so it's going to be like 1 second. Fishborg versus Lightsworn in finals, no way. I don't know about that one. Yvonne looked pretty good in that last game. Actual 2010 feature match quality, we got to do it for the boys. We had to down tempo it, bro. We're getting era accurate. We got the 240p, 144p on YouTube. Jeff Jones type shit. Jeff Jones wishes he could be a part of something like this. Jeff Jones wouldn't pull up to the RBT. Bro's scared. All right, Seb lost game 2, so he's going to start off game 3. And again, I believe it is First Blood. First to take damage with Unifrog stonks, but also he's going first, which sucks. So, it's not where you want to be. And also it's not First Blood, it's 4 turns, then First Blood. So, we're going to have Seb be turn 0 here. 0, 1, 2, 3, and then First Blood wins. Or highest life total wins. So it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, Seb is 0. Now this type of game could end really quick with some bangers. Please start a beef with him so he comes back. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to egg him on, but he's dodging everything. All right, this is turn 1. Turn 1, chat. The winner of this match goes to the finals. The goddamn finals. The FINALZ. Or as they say in French, the finale. Is that what they say in French? How do you say finals in French? Finale? Or is finale something else? You know that card. That's Cyber Dragon. DDV oppression, low-key value seem like advantage. It is advantage until you realize oppression costs life points. Sack for Caius. Sidra Caius going second. Caius is going to be able to break through a set monster here. What are we targeting with Caius, boys? It's always a monster, right? You guys always target the monster. Or do you go after the back row here? Or does he go after itself, put his opponent down 1,000, and just survive a turn? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a plan. He's going to hit the monster. Croatian's actually going crazy for this one. That Sidra Caius is crazy. Going to banish the dupe. The dupe is going. He's gone. Now this Caius could stay in play, or he could attack into a potential D-Prison. We do know that Seb sided in D-Prison's threatening roars. This is so tense. My heart is like racing. Being in there and like watching it, there's like literally 40 people around it, like watching this match right now. Like it's actually so crazy tense. Like my hands would be way shakier on this camera right now. This is nuts. Okay, bro. We don't got all day. You're attacking or not. He's doing a lot of calculations. I respect the calculations, but now that we're in time. Is this an actual match? This is a semifinals match. It's in time. It's a game 3 started in time, so there's 4 turns then highest life total and sudden death, because we need a winner. So this is the semifinals match that wasn't on the feature. Crazy match, actually crazy match. Are the lights too bright, Yvonne? What's going on, brother? Are we attacking? What's happening, bro? He is really processing this. The judge needs to encourage him to make a move because we do have places to be today. At least I do. And those places to be are my hotel room because I'm very tired. And we have to take down an entire venue. Frog combo versus Vayu Turbo. Anjuna says Ivan always in time. He's a very methodic player, I'll say that much. But he does need to make a fucking move here. This is considered slow play. He is going to put his hand around a Caius. And then take his hand away from the Caius. Point to the mat. Point to the mat twice, 3 times, do a cross on the mat. Switch fingers while pointing to the mat. Lift up the 2 back row that you planned on setting earlier. Pick up the Caius one more time. Put your hand around the Caius. Touch your extra deck. Touch your extra deck. None of this counts as making a move. This is considered, at this point, slow. One of the judges checks the time on his phone. That's never a good sign. Okay, are we going to set 3 back row? Pass turn. All right. I appreciate the deliberation there. I appreciate the deliberation there. Draw for turn. Hand shuffle. Tap cards on table. Look at the back row. You don't remember what it is. Look at the other back row. Now I remember. Look at the first one yet again. It's Mystical Space Typhoon. We're not doing it in the end phase. We want it to be chainable for whatever reason. Deck dev, no chain. He didn't chain his deck dev. Hello? Hello? Second deck dev? Do we have second deck dev? That is Heavy Storm. That is indeed Heavy Storm. This is turn 2. After this, Yvonne will get one more turn to equalize life totals or win the life total advantage, and then it will be first blood or it will be game. Game called. He's gonna chain Reckless Greed. Yvonne. He got 1 for 3 on the DDV. We're getting an intense real-time zoom. Look at your hand one more time. Fold hands. Lean forward. Look at your Caius. The stats haven't changed. It is still a monster, a dark monster with more than 2,000 attack points. It's possible it's Solemn Judgment. It's possible it's Solemn Judgment. The reason you'd think this long is Solemn Judgment. That is the reason. I'll tell you guys, the reason you'd think this long is Solemn Judgment. That is the reason you would be thinking this long. If you don't have Solemn Judgment, if you don't have a chainable, this is slow play. But if you don't have Solemn Judgment, there's no reason to think this long. It's a pretty simple situation we're in here. Yvonne's hands are now completely covering his face. He is now deeper in thought than I've ever seen any man. I've seen people... Nomashenko says these are war crimes. I've seen war crimes take less thought from world leaders than this game right here. They've actually spent more time thinking about this than some world leaders spend talking about... Yeah, it's not the final. This is not the finals. This is the semifinals. Because I was BRB, all right? All right? This is not supposed to be happening right now. All right. All right. All right. All right. Do we have a chain? Do we have a chain? Look at the back row. It hasn't changed. We do. Second deck dev. Okay. 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 A second deck dev has hit the tower. Here's 2 more draws. both hit by Deck Devastation Virus. That is a 5 for 2 Deck Devastation Virus. This is turn 3. This is turn 3. If Yvonne top decks a monster that can deal damage here. Reckless Greed. A card was drawn under Reckless Greed. This is going to be a warning. If there's already been a warning for that in this game, that could potentially be a game loss. But 2 back row from Yvonne. He's going to attack with Treeborn Frog. And is that going to be lethal? That's going to be the game. Nothing to stop the Treeborn Frog to attack in sudden death. What an insane game. Holy. Oh my. Bro. What the fuck was that? That was insane. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was the most I've ever seen anyone think about anything ever. I don't think... I've seen people think about deadass war crimes less than that. Like, they probably thought less about dropping the nuclear bomb on Japan than they thought about that second deck devastation virus. You guys got both semifinals games. You're welcome. You're welcome, chat. All right, let's go ahead and let's get the finals up here. We've got finals. Seb versus Ugo. Guess who's in the finals? Guess who's in the finals, chat? Now we finally have 2 Italians, so you guys can't overwhelmingly vote for the Italian, all right? Yes.
Could I have the...
One moment. All right, boys, sorry about that. It looks like people are favoring Ugo. People are favoring Ugo. Mr. Sultai, what are you talking about? You heavied past turn and then the tree born. What are you talking about? Of course you could. Of course you could. That's how the game works. Loki doesn't frog kill Lightsworn? I don't know. I actually think Lightsworn's pretty rough. But we'll see. We'll see. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy because now we're creating Italian infighting. I didn't think we would get that far. I didn't think we would get to Italian infighting. This is like if we asked you guys to vote on pizza or pasta, on penne or spaghetti, and all of a sudden you got Italians porco dioing each other. It's porco dio on porco dio violence, if you think about it. I'm very, very proud of the Italian community. They've obviously been grinding the hardest, I think, out of Europe. I mean, that's hard to say, of course. Europe is so competitive. It is definitely definitely way more competitive than the United States gives it credit for. But Italian players, they throw the biggest events. I mean, that's just the objective fact. They throw, obviously, you have the multiple series in Italy right now that are like, each of them are cracking 200 players regularly. So they have the big experience, and it's paying off for them here in Paris this weekend. The finals is going to be Italy versus Italy. And yeah, I mean, I was saying this with, I think I was speaking to a British player, Alistair. I was speaking to him about it, and I was just like, the Italian player base, they throw the tournaments, and so they get the tournament experience, and so it really matters, especially in like these final moments. Not to say that the other regions didn't put up amazing performances, but to take it all the way, like, sometimes you need that 12th round of practice, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. But we're going to create some infighting here. Italy on Italy violence. Lightsworn versus Frog OTK. Lightsworn appears to be the heavy favorite here. I'm excited to see what happens. Ugo's got the max rarity. Seb has got the 7,000 hours on Dueling Book ladder, practicing which monster to summon off of Substitute in every single circumstance, so we're going to find out. We greet each other with Porco Dio. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's how it's going. The finals, baby. Seb versus Ugo. I'm very proud of both these players. They are put in so much time. So much time and effort. And we're gonna get a lot of frog hate in the chat at this point, I think, as well. We're already starting to see some of it come out. You think Lightsworn being favored has something to do with people not liking playing against Frog OTK? That's possibly true, yeah. Always fun hearing a non-Italian say Porco Dio. Porco Dio. Keegan, can you say this random phrase in Italian, which is probably not something I should say? Sunshine Anarchist 1312. While I do like your username a lot, I don't know what that says, so I can't commit to that. I can't commit to that, unfortunately. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. 110 votes right now. Ugo seems to be the favorite. Porco Dio is something you shouldn't say. Doesn't it just translate to pig god? Am I missing something? Doesn't it translate to pig god? It was similar to Porco Dio. Don't get baited, not right before the finals. It's okay. Nobody will ever clip this out of context. That will never happen. Nobody will ever clip this and make it go ultra viral and cancel me on Italian Instagram. Like, what? Frank is trying to explain it to me. I don't understand. Pig god? Does it mean that God is a pig, or does it mean like it's the god of the pigs? Like, I don't know. Let's end the poll. Let's get into the match. All right, we got Ugo versus Seb. My boy Seb, a.k.a. McLovin on Dueling Book. They are saying way too much Porco Dio to each other right now. They're having way too much Porco Dio. We need to put a stop to this. Which region is going to put a stop to the Italian RBET dominance? Which region is going to stop them? That is a mountain of rice, 3 grains per serving. Why is the camera so weird? Why are you so weird? Huh? You ever think about that? You ever think about that? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're normal. You're super normal. He got too used to the shaky cam. He got too used to the shaky cam. When we put it steady, he's like, whoa, what is this? Go back to the 2010 camera. We have a tripod out there. That was just for memes, bro. You love pasta and risotto and Lightsworn? You're welcomed. You're welcomed into the family now. They call you Don Geist. Dude, this is heat, bro. This is heat. Literally, it's fucking hot as shit here in Paris today. Oh my god, shout out Le Baron. Baron. Italian mirror match in the finals. It's happening, game 1, ladies and gentlemen. Lock the fuck in. Lock the fucking chat. Press 1 if you're locked in. Press 1 if you're locked in. Frogs won the die roll. Frogs are going first. Hugo at 11-1. Seb at 10-2. So Hugo's sporting a little bit better of a record. Can't say it. We got Seb going for a foolish burial right off the bat. That can send Dandelion, Fishborg Blaster, a whole number of things. So we got Foolish, Substitute right off the bat. This is actually an incredible start for Seb. He's going to be able to summon like 69 monsters on turn 1. Here comes Swap Frog. Swap Frog is going to send the Substitute. What else we got? Pitch Dew Frog, Fishborg again. We're shortcutting a little bit. This is a really good start for Seb, I'm not gonna lie. Actually being able to do shit on turn 1 is like kind of rare for this deck. You need a power spell to be able to do it. You need like Foolish or you need 1-for-1. But if you don't have them, then doing stuff on turn 1 is like nearly never happening. It can happen too with like some salvage plays sometimes, but it's like not like a ton. It's usually like 2 monsters. This is like, you know, the next level. Sometimes this deck plays Future Fusion. I don't think Seb is playing it if I remember correctly, but that's another way you can do stuff on turn 1 with Substitute. This is the finals. This is the finals. I'm trying to explain that this is the finals. Guys, this is the finals of RBET Paris. 320 players. Every single one of them fought against these guys. These guys beat every single player in the room. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I certainly could. The way they're playing. Look at this insane setup from Seb, bro. Bro's got 8 cards in play. Turn 1. Going first. Ugo's got to break this or else he dies instantly to the next turn. Seb's in a position to take an OTK turn 2. This is what many are calling the nuts. Here comes Charge the Light Brigade. This is the start. Mills Threat, Beckoning, and Jane. Oh. Yikes. Yikes. Not ideal. Not ideal. He is going to search for Lumina. Can we set up Arcus Honest? Is the... Is that possible? I think Ugo's getting squeezed. I think we're going to game 2. I hate to say it this early. Physically plastic tube. There's Lumina Gareth. Lumina Gareth isn't bad. Lumina Gareth isn't bad. Lumina Gareth isn't bad. Do we have back row? We have Gold Sark, so we're going to fire off that Gold Sark. It's probably going to find JD. I mean, like, although maybe you want Cold Wave at this point because you need to draw JD next turn. Yeah, actually, maybe you don't search JD here. Flip-flop doesn't target, so Arcus wouldn't do anything. Oh, he got flip-flop. I just thought that was a random set monster. My bad. My bad. I'll be here for at least another hour. Text me about it. Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. End phase, mill. Gareth, no hits, man. No hits. How over is it, chat? How over is it? I think yugioh said a bluff. I'm not really sure, though. Is that a bluff? Or is that a threatening roar? Reckless Grebe. It's going to grab 2 cards here. It's going to put Sebastian back up to +1, at least for a moment. Brief moment. Best case scenario here for yugioh is threatening roar set, but realistically, I think it's a bluff. It's beckoning. If that's roar, he's fine-ish. No, he's not fine-ish. He would need JD if he was roar. He has flip-flop? Yeah, we know he has flip-flop. Now we do, at least. Both decks in the finals playing T-Roar for a card that was forgotten for a long time. That's interesting. T-Roar is a broken card. It's a turn skip. It's a time walk. If you play other games, you know what time walk does. But yeah, it's a very good card. Yeah, T-Roar is actually a very broken card. Flip-Flop is going to return both Lumina and Gareth Emery to the hand. You're never respecting Lightsworn back row, low key. What about high key? Go get yourself a Death Frog, little bro. So he's got Swap Frog bounce to unbreak his board. Because he needs to bounce the Swap Frogs to get the Fishborg access. He can kill easily through Mirror, of course, but he can't kill easily through Torrential, or not Torrential, Threatening Roar. Bro surely does not survive this turn. No, he doesn't. If the back row is beckoning light, like you guys said, this game is over. And we're just going next. It's just an execution test. Here comes Salvage, so another +1 there for Seb. Really insane draw for Seb this game. He had that turn 1 Foolish Substitute, plus a couple of ways to add a few extra cards. If he goes Roar, he can go Stardust. Stardust can be beaten, but yes, that's true. Everything can be beaten by Lightsworn. Lightsworn can break any board, but I think it's just a matter of like, I don't think he has Roar, so we're just going next game. Maybe Gores, but I think you can kill through Gores. Chat, there's a kill through Gores, right? It's, what was it, Yugioh double arm? That was the kill through Gores. Yeah, Yugioh double arm is kill through Gores, right? There's the Yugioh. Yugioh 2-arm, yep. Avarice, yep. Yeah, this ought to do it. And then we can go next. Alright. So we're going to the next game. Game 2, yugioh's going to have some bangers. I might as well talk about it now since shit going to be public anyway. I think he's going to have Royal Oppression. Of course, he's going to have those Threatening Roars. But Sebastian's going to have stuff like Trapstone, which is really good, actually. So, who knows? We'll see how it goes down. Ugo does get to go first for game 2, but it's all gonna be game 3. You think he's not on Beals? He can still go double arm, can't he? Oh no, he might not be able to double arm. You're new to Edison, does Frog just... What? No. No, usually people play trap cards, but this game, Ugo did not have any trap cards. But usually people do play trap cards to engage with this deck, because you know you gotta interact with it. Or if they don't play trap cards, they play hand traps. Or if they don't play hand traps, then they play, like, monsters. Think about what Ugo did this game. Or spell cards. Spell cards is also pretty good. We're gonna save the time, go to the next one. He's going for open field OTK. He got there. He got there. What can I say? He got there. Alas. Is Ugo playing a conversion side or straight OTK? Ugo's playing Lightsworn, so I'd say whatever that means. The mat is sick. Much appreciated, Tommy. Is that the Eiffel Tower? It's the... a lot of famous architecture from Paris designed like the Future Fusion layout. RBET Australia win. Where's Dr. Keza? Where is he? He told me he'd come through, but he's too busy saving lives. Why is he saving lives? He should be saving Edison format. How's Paris been? Amazing. Can't complain. Oh, the frog side, I don't know. Yeah, conversion, full conversion, yeah. Trapstone seems to be the best option here, I think, for the Lightsworn player. It's your alt plastic tube. Anyway, they're sideboarding. When are we going to see Carpath and RBET? He's played at an RBET before. Multiple. I believe Maryland and the very first RBET he played as well. Is Seb? Oh yeah, he's playing the first side. RBT Perth would go way better than Sydney. No cap, for real, for real. I don't know anything about Australian infighting, so. Where are all the Italians? Where'd all the Italians go? They stopped cheering for the players. What the heck, man? What the heck? What the heck? Have you tried OG French croissants? How are they different to American ones? They're better. Yeah, I've eaten a metric fuck ton of pastries since I've been here. I've eaten maybe like €100 worth of pastries in the last 2 days. Where's Raunic? He's participating in a side event, I believe. Side event, Raunic. Italians went to sleep. It's late for them. Not in the final. It's late for them. Bro, it's fucking 2:30. What are you talking about? Or maybe like 5:30 there? I don't know. Alright, chat. This is your one opportunity. Tell me which city you want RBT in. I'm not going to read any of it, but tell me anyway. Tell me what city you want it in. Right now. This is your one opportunity before RBT Paris comes to a conclusion in this incredible historic weekend. Says it. Everybody, let's see it. This is your one opportunity. This is the only time I'm going to look at chat. It's a lot of votes for Dublin. Vegas. Zagreb. Dusseldorf, Munich, Greece, UK, Bologna, another Zagreb, Roma, Bristol, really? Bristol, UK, in it, Bristol. Everything good? Ini. Alright, Tel Aviv getting timed out. Tel Aviv getting timed out. This was the real reason we're doing this. Oh, it's going too fast. God damn it. It's not working anymore. Fuck. 24-hour timeout. This was to get let's go. Let's go. Exposed. 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 Viva Palestina. Alright, bro. Let's go. Porco Dio. Ah, fuck. I missed the beginning of the game. There were some mills. Alright, chat. Alright, chat. That's enough. No more asking for anything. No more asking for anything, alright? Plague got milled. Game's over. Game's over. Bionic access. Game's over. Game's over. We're going to game 3. Or are we? That's a unifrog. Unifrog. We are going to destroy your back row. Destroy your back row. What is he thinking about? All good? Oh, yeah. We're all good, bro. We're all good. Okay, Beckoning Light on the summon. Discarding Wolf Necro. Okay, nice, nice, nice. You merely adopted the back row. I was born in it. Molded by it. There's Celestia. It's not a great Beckoning Light here, but it is getting Necrogarna down. I don't know. RBET North Korea. You gotta add back 2 more, bro. Does he have to add back Wolf? That'd be so ass. Does he have to add back Wolf? No way, bro. No way he has to add back Wolf. Oh, Gareth? Oh, wow. That's a lot of great options, actually. That's all good. Chad, are you blocking this Unifrog attack? I might be blocking it, actually. Necrogarna activation, yep. It's getting blocked. Now, does Seb have any back row of his own? If he had to add back Wolf, would have been an illegal activation. Oh, you're right, because he discarded it, and yeah, that would have been. He does have a back row of his own. Okay, so you can Lila pop this back row, like, free. So it's got to be chainable. It wasn't chainable. We just throwing away torrential tributes. That's a play. Recharge away the Gareth. Recharge insane top deck. Fucking crazy top deck. What a top deck. Ugo in the driver's seat. He has all the initiative. What are we doing, Ugo? What are we doing? You just got to tip this one in. You're so close. You have Celestia in hand. You have Aaron. You could shuffle back that Dewfrog if you'd like to. You got a back row still. Just tip this one in, bro. Just tap it in, bro. Just tap it in, bro. I think you just tap it in with Aaron. I don't think you want to get too crazy. You don't want to give him Swap Frog access. Yes. Yes, I love this play from Ugo. Incredible play from Ugo. Develop the board. Diversify your threats. Preserve the Celestia for a comeback break. Use the Arcus to run over this Unifrog. And take dominating position over this board. That is a +3 play there from Ugo. He cleared the Torrential Tribute, the Unifrog, the Aaron, and he spent nothing. 1, 2, 3. JD gets milled. 1, 2 for Arcus. Threatening Roar, and then another 3. Nothing crazy, but JD hits the grave for future Beckoning Lights, which is the big deal here. That was a great play. I really, really like that play from yugioh. The way he's using that errand to its maximum potential. He thought he wouldn't pop it because it looked like an obvious chainable. I mean, if it's an obvious chainable, like, you still pop it. Like, you still force it. All the obvious chainables, like Regeki Break, all that stuff, it's like you still force it. Before you commit more, you just have to commit. You have to do more. And Regeki Break isn't hitting Arcus or Lila anyway, so it's like fine. We've got normal Substitoad to activate Substitoad. And that's met with Royal Oppression. He's going to pay 800 life points. This is... that is a +4. That is a +4 cycle there for yugioh. A +4 cycle with tempo. He took out 3 normal summons and 4 cards for 0 cards. Insane swing. It's rare you see swings like that and the game doesn't end. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This game should be over, like, right now. Yeah, we should just be going to game 3. Like, I don't think it's possible for the Frog deck to come back from this. This is Lightsworn at its best. If I'm being honest, this is what Lightsworn looks... When Lightsworn looks like the scariest, because it has these unique effects that allow it to aggro through 2,000 defense points, like Aaron. It has Arcus to block counter defense cards like D-Prison, Regeki Break, and then it can just flip a Floodgate and stop you from doing your unfair thing, and it's just like, you're under infinite pressure, you're just bleeding cards, and yeah, this is going to be a tough one to come back from. The only thing yugioh needs to think about is Gores, but he has the Celestia follow-up in hand, and so he's going to be able to just pop that Gores if he has to. This should be just a tap this one in. Get another monster in play and tap this one in. Got to count the cards in deck. Worst case scenario, you can out your own monsters by sacrificing them to Celestia, and you could turn up the Jets that way as well. Concern of milling out? I mean, you can just sack your own monster to Celestia. Or you can start stacking for Plague. Doesn't he have Plague Engrave? Chat, confirm. Can we confirm if he has Plague Engrave? He may or may not have Plague Engrave. I thought he had Plague Engrave. I could be wrong. If he has Threatening Roar, there's no cards in play, so... I mean... shouldn't be anything too crazy. This turn he's getting a minimum of 2,800 damage across. BF attack, boyfriend attack is what you would do. He's going to stack for Plague. He does have Plague Engrave, yep. Oh, battle phase attack? Yeah, that's not the right play, I don't think. Is Twilight the new value? I don't know, but this isn't Twilight, this is Lightsworn. Stack for Plague. Seb needs to think about this. If he pays 8 here, he is going to pay 8. This is going to put him to 6,400 life points. Now, can yugioh just tap this one in? Like, very, very lightly tap this one in. Obviously, if it's a wolf, you want to put it back on top of your deck with Plague. He can oppress to try and trap monsters on board if he has Roar to try and deck yugioh. I don't think that's going to work out for him, though. Like, yugioh can always tribute set his monster for Celestia. Like, yugioh can go, like, attack, attack, attack. Like, tribute for Celestia, attack, attack, attack. Like, there's really nothing that he needs to really worry about. And he's only milling 5. Like, he definitely has more than 10 cards, especially with Plague putting cards back on top of his deck. Celestia cannot target its own monsters. It doesn't matter. You just don't mill. You don't activate Celestia, and then you just only mill 5. You just out your own monster that way. The monster that you sacrifice. And you can put cards back in your deck with Plague. Yeah, sack for Celestia. Battle phase. Yeah, we're just gonna see a battle phase here. That oppression is rough. Is it rough? This is gonna be 1,200. This is threatening 5,100. And then once he gets Seb low enough, he can stack for Plague. Isn't this still game 2? Yes, it is still game 2. There is Gores. Wow, he does actually have Gores. Unexpected. Unexpected. Are those judges to the player side? Yes, they are. Those are judges. Aaron is going to be attacking the token, of course. Now, do we have Honest to get over the Gores? If not, do we have a way to get over the Gores? He almost shuffled his Gores token back into his deck as a nice little joke between Italian comrades. That would be very funny. Beckoning Light. And that's going to be able to get back his Honest that he did mill. And he'll use that to press through the Gores. So, I mean, it's not a terrible play. It is going to put him with 0 cards remaining, but it is going to get the offense through. So, this is the part of the game where there's Wolf number 1, there's Aaron. Wolf number 1 is going to be maybe negated by the oppression as well. Yep, I believe that's going to drop Seb down to 2100. So we have yugioh with a pretty good board here. He has a solid board presence. Seb with nothing. Gores is gone. He's staring down a Royal Oppression. It is possible to stabilize from this point with something like Mirror Force. So if that is a Mirror Force set, then it's possible to stabilize. Otherwise, he's looking for maybe like a Threatening Roar deck out situation or a Threatening Roar pivot into Caius situation. Now, if you're yugioh, you can stock for Plague here. The Plague is still in the grave. I didn't get a chance to see what was in Seb's hand. How many cards do you think he has in this deck at this point? About 10, yeah. It's more than 5, but it's less. It might even be less than 10. It might be closer to like 6 or something. What a game. I think you send it. I think you send it. I think you just send it. There's Foolish. Okay. What is Foolish sending here? Wolf? Why are we playing this Foolish Burial? Why did we do that? Oh, we wanted to burn him, I guess? Aaron's gonna attack. There's Threatening Roar. Is that game? Is he gonna deck himself out? Oh my god, why did he? What? What? Why did he Foolish Burial? What? That's crazy. What a finals. Incredibly great game from both players. Very well played. Very, very, very well played. Incredible, incredible stuff. Threatening Roar. New meta, Threatening Roar. New meta. Well played to Seb, being the first player to ever win RBET with Frog OTK. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. We're going to go get these players their prizing. We're going to go make sure these players get everything that they've just won. And we're going to get you guys, the viewers at home, the top 16 deck lists as early as tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash like. Check out Le Baron Synchronique. Of course, we stole a lot of his stream footage for this, of course. So check him out. Show him some love on social media. And thank you guys for tuning in to yet another incredible RBT. And shout out to our champion, Seb. We will see you guys in the